And welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Hey, let's give out some phone numbers, huh? Right. Write these numbers down so we don't have to give it to you every day. You're going to need the phone numbers eventually. Just jot it down. It's a very interactive radio show, of course. The more you do for this show, the less we have to do for this show. And that's our motto. More gooder. Much more gooder for us if you participate. A lot of people think we're just nice guys to share the airwaves with our listeners. No. Selfish. We're just lazy. In the New York City area, 877-692-1027. Outside of New York City, including another city in New York. Oh, yeah. Buffalo. For Buffalo and everyone else outside of New York City, 866-277-4. Wow. We mentioned Buffalo once again today because the ratings came out, and holy S. We were much more gooder. But, yeah, still have some work to do. Of course. We went way the F up. Yeah. But we're in second place. Mm-hmm. We're in second place in Buffalo. Yes. Falling a little short. Just a tad short. So close. And because a lot of asswipe DJs out there, they confuse their listeners by saying they're number one. Yeah. Every radio show in America could say they're number one at something. They'll find something they're number one at. We've told you guys a million times. We do this radio show, unfortunately, for men 18 to 49. Yeah. Hey, we want younger listeners. We want female listeners. But Ant and I, we get paychecks if we do well, men 18 to 49. That's all the company cares about. That's all this radio station cares about. But we try harder, and we try to include a lot of other people. Oh, and it's great when, you do something like we did in Cleveland. Right. Number one overall. Number one overall never happened with the Opie and Anthony Show before. Cleveland gave us that honor. But we're number one, men 18 to 49 in New York, Philly, Boston, and Washington. Mm-hmm. Barely in Washington. We discussed that. Oh, you made. Okay. Barely in Washington. Barely. Sacramento, we're in fourth place. Mm-hmm. But that was an improvement. Yeah. As we move toward number one. And Buffalo, the ratings came in today, and we're in second place. Oh. Men 18 to 49. But did well across the board in Buffalo. Yeah. So once again, Buffalo, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Buffalo. Thank you. Is everyone feeling okay today? Feeling pretty good after yesterday's fandango. Yesterday's shindig. What a time. This is the hangover. I think I had 8. You had 8? I had 8 flaming Dr. Peppers. I was reading the email before the show like I do, and people don't know what a flaming Dr. Pepper is still. People are like, I was reading some other stuff, and they're like, would you put Dr. Pepper in it? No. Get yourself a pint glass. Pour fill it up halfway with beer. Regular beer. Nothing special, whatever. And then you take a shot glass. You don't want the beer to be too fancy, matter of fact. No. A regular beer. You take a shot glass. You fill it halfway with amaretto. A nice size shot glass. Yeah, big. Like a double shot glass. Yeah. Okay. Halfway with amaretto, and then halfway with Kahlua. Yeah. Is that how they were making it? Half and half. This is their recipe. See, the Artful Dodger in Huntington. Yeah. That's where I did a lot of my flaming Dr. Peppers. Mm-hmm. They had a simple recipe. It was half a beer with a shot of amaretto. No. Throw it in there, let it fizz, and chug. This is the Crystal Method. All right, go ahead. Half Kahlua, half amaretto. And then on top, a touch. Yeah, of Bacardi 151. A smidge. Yeah, just enough to light. A coating. It ignites, and then you take the flaming shot, you then drop it in your pint glass half full of beer, and instantly chug down the whole thing. No sipping. And that's how you do it. Right. And you try not to set yourself on fire. Right. Anthony was set on fire yesterday. Yeah. Ben was sort of set on fire yesterday. Jamaican Mike was completely set aflame yesterday. And he didn't even care. He finished his shot. Left hand was on fire as he was doing his shot. He didn't care. You know what amazed me, too? He's tipping the glass up to his mouth with the flaming hand. Yeah. So he saw it. He saw his hand burning, but opted to finish the shot before extinguishing himself. People out there right now going, wait, am I listening to a radio show? Yeah, I know. Or is this a fraternity party? Well, it looked like that yesterday. It was and then the stump shots and everything else. I guess we got some pictures up on FoundryMusic.com. Mm-hmm. It's really strange because they got some, they got some photos. Yeah.
And you got to remember, the party area was pitch dark except for some lasers and a little bit of a video light show thing. But in general, it was quite dark outside the studio.
Very dark.
These shots are weird because, the flash obviously lighting up the area, so it doesn't look as cool as it was.
It wrecked the look.
All of a sudden, you have people in weird positions because I think they were just dancing and hanging.
Right.
And it looks like they're doing that pose and, with all the lights on? No.
Yeah.
They were in the pitch dark.
That's ridiculous.
If you look closely, I think you see people having sex in the background because they assume that, it was dark and no one could see them.
Well, it wasn't Norton.
It certainly wasn't. Strikeout king.
I'd had it, though, man. A few of us went to Frenchie's restaurant down there.
Yeah.
And I sat down, and I usually have one of those Fisher beers, one of those French beers, very good. And I sit down, and I'm like, give me a Coke. I've had it.
You were done?
I had it. I've been on like a 2.5-week bender. Just a tear. There's always something going on. Whether it's Ben's socialite parties he's holding that make page 6.
We're going to get into that in a minute.
Or family parties. or evenings at Caroline's. I mean, there's just been one thing after the other. And tonight, there's a party. There's a goddamn station party.
Oh. There's a ratings party.
For this place?
For this place in New York.
Jesus. So I guess we have to show up.
This is the first ratings. This is the first ratings party we've had in, I don't know, over a year.
Because another show has ratings.
Yeah. So I guess something's going on around here.
Yeah.
All right.
So now it's another party.
Will page 6 be at this party?
I doubt it.
Talking about the hairdresser that was partying with Ben and the rest of the Opie and Anthony gang?
That's our buddy John Sahag. Come on. That was great.
Man, who hung Voss out to dry?
Completely.
God, the paper will print anything you tell them.
I have an embarrassing little Voss story. Quickly, I went to see my buddy Joe Curry at Caroline's the other night, and you know how they have the video screen before the show starts, and they have all the comics' faces, and one was Rich Voss.
Yeah.
And she's from the Opie and Anthony show. He's been here plenty of times, and his face goes up there, and everyone goes, "Oh, Rich Voss." And my mother goes, "Is he that cute in real life?" Like, Mom, he's just a fickle bitch.
I don't like your mom anymore.
Oh, you're old hat now, Opie.
I don't like your mom.
Is he that cute in real life? What planet are you basing this cuteness on?
When she told me I was cute, I thought I had something special going on, but now she likes every guy.
Jay.
With 2 legs.
Jay Moore's face comes up, and it's like, oh, Jay Moore, I got to get my picture like that. And then Voss comes up, is he that cute and real cute? I never heard the word Voss and cute in the same sentence, and it was my mom saying it.
I really don't like the fact that your mom doesn't like me. She's hot for Ope, for Voss. What's wrong with me?
I don't know. Perhaps she hasn't met you yet.
Maybe you should look in the mirror.
It's all a little take.
Is he that cute?
Is he that cute? And I'm looking, and I'm like, are you looking? I'm looking around like, who is she talking about? It can't be Voss.
That's hilarious.
Jesus, here he is.
Here's Voss.
Hey, Voss.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, Voss?
My mother thinks you're
Anthony,
cute.
Tell your mom I got a car.
Yeah, I know. Great. I know, and then all I got were these images of you and Norton jacking it with my mom laying in between. All those horrific stories I heard you and Norton tell. Like, oh, Mom, could you stop?
Let's practice. Call me Dad.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, first of all, that story in the Post, that's really going to hurt my reputation,
I know. It has you going after girls.
Well, I guess we should get into it because Voss is on the phone here. What were we going to say, Voss? I'm sorry. I cut you off.
What really upsets me about the whole story is they spelt my name wrong.
Did they?
2 S's. Yeah, it's 1 S, B-O-S.
Oh, that's right.
Whatever.
You go to a party, and there's hot girls. What are you supposed to do? You see these booths that were there. I didn't know that it wasn't that kind of place anymore.
What do you think? It was a Jack Shack that Ben was having the party in?
Let me read this, because I think Ben sold you down the river, my friend.
Wait, hold on. Let me take my headphones off my kids.
Yeah, get a microphone.
Hey, no,
Ben.
take that off. You can't listen to this.
It's fun.
Turn on your other station. You cannot listen to it.
Look at you doing some parenting.
Yeah.
Huh?
Is she telling you to shut up?
Is she telling you to shut up?
No, they're saying hi to you.
No, they're not.
You're all of a
Yes,
sudden
they were.
worried about what they're going to know about you, like your rapid weight loss isn't tipping them off as to your lifestyle?
What?
I want to see Voss attack while his kids are in the background.
No, the kids they're in the car. They
Anyway, whose hands are bigger, Voss? Yours or your daughter's?
I'm taking them bowling right now. I got to get a special ball.
Little fingers.
Anyway, Ben had a birthday party. Yeah. We talked about it on the air, I don't know. When was that? Last week, I guess, right?
Thursday night.
Last Thursday.
Yeah.
And the party made page 6, the gossip column in the New York Post.
Page 6. I was like, look at Ben holding these socialite parties that is written about in page 6.
Nice.
And it says, not too happy is the headline. When the gang from the Opie and Anthony radio show threw a party the other night at Happy Ending, the Broome Street nightclub that once was a massage joint, comic Rich Voss took the scene too literally. And there's a quote from Voss. They still have the old massage booths there, and Voss thought you could actually... Oh, this is Ben talking. They still have the old massage booths there, and Voss thought you could actually get taken care of, says O&A producer Ben Sparks. As guests, including hairstylist John Sahag and spin doctor's frontman Chris Barron looked on, high-spirited Voss demanded service from any woman in his path, many of them married. He was horrifying people, says Sparks. Producer Ben.
Said with his huge hog in his pants.
First of all, it's a
Said in
numbers
between
game.
crunches.
It's a numbers game, okay?
Yeah.
You got these booths there. What am I going to do? Take them out to my car? You got it. It's a party. Of course you're going to hit on girls.
He goes to me, he goes, I don't even have to go to my car. I'll just go into the booth.
They were great, man. It was a great party, I'm telling you. It's better than the stories I told you about Amtrak and on the plane.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these were hot girls. Of course I'm going to hit on them. Ben's like a player. He's got all these, like, hot girls at this party.
Of course Ben's a player. His party made page 6.
He's the producer of the Opie and Anthony show.
I'm looking at this one hot girl. I'm going, who's that to Ben? He goes, that's my father's girlfriend.
She was hot.
I heard he was hitting on her anyway.
She was really hot.
Yeah.
It's like Ben's telling me, friggin' Voss, man, I told him who she was, and he's trying anyway. But completely shot down.
Anthony, don't talk to your stepdad that way, please.
A little respect, Ant.
All right, Voss, we're going to let you go. I think you're getting a phone call. You're coming in tomorrow because we got our hands on an old comedy tape of old Jimmy Norton.
Oh, do you really? All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Great party, Ben.
All right, cool.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, Angel.
We're bringing the gang in tomorrow. Voss, Patrice, and hopefully Keith, right? Keith Robinson?
Keith can come, yeah.
We're going to run through little Jimmy Norton's comedy tape from many, many years ago.
Like 9 years ago? 8 years ago?
Almost 10 years ago.
Almost 10 years ago.
Oh, it was great.
I
It sounded like Urkel. I was listening to some in the back. Yeah, when you go to the bathroom, it's called a number 2. That's all my parents told me, a number 2. So when I was in school, my teacher said, little Jimmy, what's 2 plus 2? I said, diarrhea. Listen to the back, just cringe. Like I was having like cringe spasms in my back. I'm like going, I was twitching, sitting at the computer, like trying to make believe I'm not hearing it.
2 plus 2 equals diarrhea.
Diarrhea? With that voice. Hi, I'm Urkel.
Although the only thing I'll say in my defense, I'll say it tomorrow because I'm going to really need to be defended.
You're going to have to defend yourself tomorrow, man.
I watched that tape after years, and it's like I cringe with embarrassment.
Yeah, you make the little faces. You're very animated.
All I did was mug.
Yeah. You'd like hunch over and stick your face out into the crowd.
Hey, Voss just stole that joke, by the way.
What's 2 plus 2? Diarrhea?
Diarrhea.
Hey, who's the guy with the muffled
Cha-cha-cha.
Hey, producer Ben, who is that?
Producer Ben, page 6. How great is that?
Oh, it's funny.
Where's your next party there, Ben? Hamptons, perhaps?
Yeah. Let's see.
Puffy going to be showing up?
Yeah, the white party over Labor Day weekend in the Hamptons in East Hampton, Puffy's house.
Is that at Puffy's house?
No, he doesn't.
You're going to have the white party.
No, he's not doing them anymore.
No?
He doesn't like the
Maybe you
Hamptons
could
anymore.
take that now since your parties are making page 6
pretty cool.
and have like a white party.
I'd love to go to a white party, and I wouldn't care what anybody wore.
Let's go to the phone and see what's going on today. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Ope?
Hey.
Are they going to repeat your segment on more sports?
Well, they pretty much screwed over Jay last night.
Yeah.
The TV guide said more sports at 10 o'clock. That was the one I was going to be on. And out of nowhere, they just threw it on at 5 o'clock yesterday.
5 in the afternoon.
No one knew it was on. But I guess they're going to rerun it, Friday at 11:30?
All right.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'll see it.
I look completely ridiculous. Anthony saw it in the back room.
Oh, I was dying. It was
I
fun. You
saw
look
some
like
of the pictures of you,
Yeah, well, you got to see the video.
and they look hilarious.
Why do you talk like the computer from 2001?
Thank you, Norton.
All right, thank you, Mike.
You suck, Norton.
Bye,
Bye.
Nigel.
Friday night at 11:30 on ESPN, it looks like they're going to rerun that more sports.
complete psychopath.
It
You
looked
look
good,
like
right?
a complete psychopath.
Yeah.
The faces you make, and it was like done in slow motion, so it really looked creepy.
I hate
You're just a creep. When you turn around and look at the girl on the bleachers behind
The
you,
hot chick?
there's one point, and she's just making this frightened, disgusted look back at you, and you got this dead stare and this creepy smile. It was awful.
I had 2 inspirations for my role, Anthony.
Yes?
My mother.
All right.
Who's somewhere finger painting right now.
At least she's not saying Voss is cute.
And Stalker Patty, believe it or not.
Oh, inspiration.
After watching her for the last 3 years stalk all of us, I picked up a few
Yeah.
things.
The mouth. The half-open mouth.
Hi. I'm the sticker. It was fun. So
Yeah.
if you want to check it out for yourself, Friday night, 11:30. Set your VCR. It's going to be up on Foundry Music as well later on tonight, I think. Hey, John Paul.
Boys.
Oh, please. Boys,
the ratings just came in.
We need to have a sit down.
Boys.
Buffalo loves O&A. Proof today. It's beautiful.
Man, that was nice.
Yeah, the ratings
you,
were
Buffalo.
great for the O&A show, huh?
You guys were number 1 with a 17.2 share.
In what?
That's
Men 18 to 34. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Men 1834.
I did know that.
And everywhere else, number 2. It was beautiful.
Cool.
It was awesome.
Everyone's happy up there?
Of course.
Very
Kicked
nice.
ass.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Can't
like-
wait to see what the summer numbers will look like after TNA with O&A.
Oh, yeah.
They're still talking about that up there.
Oh, yeah. The buzz is still huge.
Cool.
Yeah, you look back a year ago at the ratings and the competition's ratings and whatnot, and boy, what a flip-flop those have made.
Yeah, we did all right there.
Very nice.
We're doing all right.
Yeah, we're happy. The GM's off my case today. It's been nice.
Oh, that's good.
So I have you guys to thank for that.
John?
Thank you, John.
Are you awake?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. I've been going all day. I've been looking at these numbers all day. I'm numbered out.
I think you need a flaming Dr. Pepper.
You think so?
That'll perk you up.
How'd you guys do in other places? How'd you do in Philly?
Philly, we killed.
Yeah, great.
How about Cleveland? I know Cleveland.
Cleveland was ridiculous.
We're thinking it must have been a mistake.
Cleveland's-
It's too high.
If you need to know, this is how it goes. Cleveland has given us the best rating so far in this book. Then Philly. Then New York. Then Boston. And in 5th place, my friend, Buffalo.
Ah, come on. I remember a day when we used to be number 1.
We'll get there.
I know.
We're working on it.
We want to be the number 1 affiliate.
All right, John.
All right, man. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
John Paul?
Oh, wow.
He didn't hear it. He was too
I think he
tired.
did.
No, he didn't. He was already.
I think you were just shot down.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Well, why don't we break so we can get the show going, Ann, huh?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the dentist thing.
Oh, you got to remind me.
I made 3 people break out floss today in the office.
It's one of those stories where you're in pain listening to it. Just have to grab your mouth and go, no, stop talking.
I guess I could tell you real fast, and then we'll break. I also want to remind the ladies, it's Whip 'em Out Wednesday today. We have not forgotten. Oh, yeah.
Ladies, you see the wow on those cars or that wow on the construction site or wherever the wow is, there are people that want to see your fun bags.
Whip them out.
Whip them out.
Simple as that.
And guys and ladies out there, if you want to participate, get a wow in your car, okay?
It's easy.
Already a lot of people calling in with their sightings. Anyway, I was talking to an old friend. I'll leave you with this before our first break, Anthony.
We leave you.
An old friend.
Stories of an old friend.
He'll remain, nameless.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the dentist yesterday. I had to get a little something done, a little cavity thing.
Big fun.
Yeah, and I was telling my old friend this, and he was telling me what he has to have done at the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all because he doesn't floss.
Flossing, very important.
He has to go in for 4 operations.
4. Yeah.
Because there's 4 quadrants to your mouth.
Right.
You split the top of your mouth into 2, and you split the bottom into 2, making 4, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to go in, and they're going to cut the quadrant. So let's say right in the middle of your 2 upper teeth, right there.
Your 2 front teeth.
Just imagine a little scalpel, I guess.
And cut your gum.
Slice up. Ow! Now go all the way to the back.
Yeah.
Right of the top. Make a slice there.
So what you got to do is slice up and then follow the gum where it meets like your cheek.
I don't know exactly
way up
how.
high
I didn't
slice it.
I didn't need too many details. He basically said they slice each quadrant, lift the gum, and clean out because he hasn't flossed.
How awful
And this is so he
breath?
could save his teeth.
Oh, my God.
So then they put the gums back down, sew it up, and that's 1 quadrant done, 3 to go. For 4 separate operations.
Oh.
I was telling these guys, Rick broke out his floss so fast. He goes, I haven't flossed in years. I don't know. All I know is they make an incision here and an incision to the back of that first quadrant.
And then rip the gum up
I don't know.
off the teeth.
Maybe we could get a dentist on the line.
Like
I don't know.
expose the part of the teeth that are under the gum.
Exactly.
So you got to kind of, like a fruit roll-up, just tear the gum up off the
lift
teeth.
it all up.
And then clean it out. And then slap it back down
and sew it up.
Oh, my God, that sounds like so much pain. That could be the most painful dental procedure ever.
Does he have bad breath?
No.
Well,
Does it smell like the stump?
Huh?
Does it smell like the chick's
I
stump?
don't. It couldn't be good if they're like, look, we have to peel back your gum to save your rotting teeth.
I saw this person recently. Looks like he has fine teeth.
So what?
I don't know.
Rick, are you saying bad breath?
Usually, yeah.
Well, I think usually.
So
I thought maybe you had first-hand experience.
I'm glad I flossed.
So this was.
Oof.
there you go.
I'm Phil Floss.
There's a story you could take with you.
Could be worse than any other dental procedure. Worse than root canal. Root canal is like kind of a breeze now. Yeah, it's not that bad. Your gum, though, you got to figure that's going to leave some pain when the Novocaine wears off.
Yeah, your sensitive gums.
Oh, how do you eat?
4
Chew on one side.
4 separate operations.
So you get it done. All right.
You
now
get
he
it done,
slaps the gum
it
down.
just
You're like,
starts healing, and you got
thank God,
3 to
it's
go.
done. You got to go back. All right. There's the second one. Well, we're halfway done with this.
Why can't they just do the whole top at once? Just do 2 quadrants at once.
Maybe they do. I don't know. He describes it as 4 separate procedures.
What's next on this? So, dentist talking about radio?
Jeff, what's up?
What are we talking?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Jeff.
My wife's a dentist. She does this stuff all the time, but they don't do it with a scalpel. They do it with a laser. So as they're cutting, you could smell the gum burning.
Dude, what do they do it for? What's in there? Just old food?
No, your gums recede.
Yeah.
So all your teeth are showing, and you have nothing to hold the teeth in. So they cut that bad stuff away, but as they're cutting, you smell it.
What do you mean
Until they lift up the gum to get in there?
I don't understand.
No, they cut the bad part away, and then they just get under there and they scrape all the stuff out of your teeth.
Ouch.
Wait, how do you know if your gums are receding? Now I'm all panicky.
Go like this.
No, let me ask you something. If your gums are receding, why then do they have to cut and lift them up? It would seem like if they recede, the part that is dirty is now exposed and you can clean it. See, I don't get that.
He hung up, I think. Let's go to Billy Mack. Billy Mack, what's up? Billy!
Hey!
Uh-oh, what's wrong with the phones today?
Billy!
I'll try one more.
John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
I
up?
had it done like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad.
Really? What was the problem? You had your gums receding.
They had to slice it into two. They could have done the whole top, but they did it partially by piece. And it had to be scraped and then laid back down. They did it in splits, so it was easier.
Why did they do this? What did they say you had to... Oh, that's what it is. All right. Wow, that was awful.
Dude,
God.
that was horrible.
I'm embarrassed for him. Like, I'm sitting...
Did someone tell that guy it's not 1990 anymore?
Oof.
It's one thing to do it's one thing, and I'll give credit, one thing to do a very funny call during that L.A. airport shooting.
That was hilarious.
Which I was watching, and I heard it, and I was laughing my ass off. I'm sitting there and watching and going, oh, my God, this guy is going to pull the goof, you know? But to call it... Dude, that was so bad. I'm cringing and embarrassed for you.
The whole getting another radio show's name on a radio show, it's kind of passé now. It's not as shocking anymore. And then he hangs up right away like,
I did it.
I told you I'd do it, and I did it.
You could tell he probably had like all butterflies in his stomach.
Anyway, I think we got a real dentist on the line here. Let's go to Eric. Hey, Eric, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good. Hey, man.
Can you explain this damn thing before we take a break?
You'll be surprised at how bad some people's oral hygiene is.
Okay.
When you reflect back that tissue, there's so much tartar in there that you literally have to scrape the roots of the teeth to get the tartar off.
Now, what does the procedure do for the receding gums, though?
Actually, there's two different types of procedures. For someone who doesn't have receding gums, when you actually suture back the tissue, they recede even more, and the patient is in so much pain from sensitivity after the procedure is done that I sometimes sympathize for them, and that's why you only do one quadrant at a time. If you do more than that, the patient will probably not come back to do the other side.
I would rather have my teeth fall out. No joke. No joke. So you cut with a laser and then lift the whole quadrant of the gum up?
You cut with a scalpel blade.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really use a laser.
And then you just make two incisions, one in the front, one in the back near the molars?
You take an instrument that looks a little bit like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
And what you do is you peel back the tissue like a cat.
Oh, my God. And then you go to town with the what to scrape this?
It's called a curette. What you do is, and some of these patients, their hygiene is so bad, you can only use a curette once because they wear the blade out. It's a fun procedure to do, though. There's no overhead. You get to pocket all the money.
Sir, how do you know if your gums are receding? How do you check that?
You'll know, the simple test is if you take your fingernail and if you rub it against the neck of the tooth, if you feel like a little groove there, you're starting to get recession. If you have a lot of sensitivity.
So the gum is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And if it pulls up, you could feel like, okay, there's supposed to be gum there because it goes in a little.
Notch. If you have a little notch at the gum line, you're starting to get recession.
What do you mean a notch?
Just
go to a dentist. When was the last time you've been to a dentist?
In the tooth. It's like a little depression in the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
almost like a little ridge where the gum should have been, but it pulled back, so there's a little indentation in the tooth.
Yeah.
Exactly. And most people have that because they use a hard bristle toothbrush.
Yeah.
It's like using a Brillo pad to clean your teeth. It just wears away the tooth.
What do you recommend, Doc?
A soft bristle toothbrush.
Soft bristle.
And brush 3 times a day. Some people will come in and say, I've never brushed my teeth before in my life. And they're serious.
In their life?
They said, I've never brushed my teeth before.
What happened? What is that like?
I don't know, because I put a mask on. And then sometimes I have to put like Listerine under my nose because the smell is so bad.
Do you actually get that awful smell wafting up from these mouths and rotting teeth?
Actually, the fee goes up when I have to do that.
Really?
Why not, man?
Yep.
That rotting smell of rotted teeth being grilled.
Oh, God.
That's why I'm driving the BMW.
Well, more power to you, my friend.
Do you know how awful that must be to smell that and rotting teeth all day, just dreaming of being a radio star?
Right?
I don't play it.
I got another patient. I got to run.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Here's his patient.
I'm a faggot. I was a faggot from 2 years old.
That's got to smell pretty friggin' bad.
You don't die of AIDS.
He's telling the dentist.
He's drinking again, by the way. We got an update.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we break, huh?
I'm good.
All right.
You're good?
Yeah, no groove. I have good teeth.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people have had the procedure. They want to share with the rest of us. You know what? End of discussion.
Yeah.
We'll get into something hot next. I don't care if you went through it and it was the most painful thing ever.
Ooh, earwax removal? What are we getting into?
We've gone too far. Just having the dentist describe that.
Hard bristle.
All right.
Yeah, people are angry. One guy says he hasn't been to the dentist in 8 years. He says he needs the surgery, and we've ruined his afternoon.
Ugh, how unpleasant he must be to speak with.
Yeah.
Listen to me very carefully.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Start spreading the news.
The Opie and Anthony Show. 102.7 WNEW.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. We got a lot of things to do today. It looks like all the WOW contestants are up on opieandanthony.com. There may be one or two laying around that we got to confirm paperwork with.
Yeah.
But basically all the girls are up. Now we got to get rid of a lot of them before we send the vote to the listeners.
It's been a while since we've been able to look at the new girls. So Scott's been on vacation. But there's a whole slew of new girls up on the site.
opieandanthony.com. We have 143 girls. Some already kicked out of the contest.
Yeah.
Scott, our webmaster, has informed us that we got to cut it down to 100 before we give it to the listeners.
Oh, boy.
So once again today, we are cutting girls from the WOW contest.
They're being kicked out.
We're going to kick out a bunch of girls from the WOW contest. We give the ladies this option. If you don't think you have a prayer in this contest, you need to call this radio show and take yourself out of the competition.
Right. Harry Carey.
We call it the Harry Carey method. You call up and go, all right, look, I've been checking out the website for the last few weeks. I see my pictures. I see where I rate with the other girls. I know I'm not going to make the top 20.
Right.
So I am removing myself from the contest, Harry Carey style.
But due to this sacrifice that you're making, you get a little reward. You get to take a chick with you.
Oh, we're going to do that?
I think we should.
Yeah, that's fine. But we don't want some of these girls to, take a really hot girl with that.
No, we have full veto power.
Yes, we
and
do.
if you pick a girl that we veto, you don't get to pick another girl.
That's right.
So you got to know if you pick a girl to take with you that if she's too hot, we're going to veto it, and you pretty much blew your shot to take a girl with you.
There are a lot of messes up there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's time to cut them. I think we're going to start with Stinky today. All of us will have a vote.
Mm-hmm.
All of us will be kicking a girl off.
Right.
And hopefully some of these girls will call up and kick themselves out of the contest as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where's Stinky? Bring in the Stinkmeister.
Oh, my God, another girl that destroyed her breast with a tattoo.
Hey, Stink.
Hi, Angel.
Have you been checking out the pictures?
A little bit here and there, but I've been looking for winners, not losers.
I understand, but we gotta kind of thin the herd.
All right.
We got to thin the herd before we give it to the listeners to vote. So you want some time to look at the girls?
Yeah, just a few minutes.
A few minutes, and then you'll come in when you're ready to tell us what contestant we're knocking out of the competition.
Oh, no Jesus, this one's awful.
And then the next... Oh, look. I didn't see her.
Oh, where did she come from? I found my pick.
Mitch,
you are gone.
She got in under the radar because we weren't checking out the contest last week.
I know.
Oof.
I backed up a full page.
Man. She's a head like Devin.
Ben, you will decide next who has to leave the contest, okay? And then we'll go to Rick, then Jim, Steve. And then, Steve C needs to do one, and then...
How many do we have to dump?
Then myself and Aunt. We need to get rid of at least another 20 girls.
All right.
You know?
We can do that.
By the time we give it to the listeners, I think we want to try to get it down to about 80.
Yeah. It's going to have to be
and then
around
the
there.
listeners are going to get that down to 20. And then hopefully we're throwing a party. This whole thing has become bigger than all of us.
It's taken on a life of its own, as they say.
We just wanted to have a stupid little contest, and it's just out of our hands.
A lot of parties lately.
Well, we want to do more parties, yes.
I like parties.
It's time to get out there again. Kevin, what's going on?
Hello, my tools.
What's up, Kevin?
Listen, I'm driving along the Northern State proudly displaying that old Wild sticker, and I look to the side, and there's a car with a couple of very gorilla-looking women sitting in it. And so I reached into a bag that I have here, reached out and pulled out a bunch of bananas. Is it wrong if I show it to them?
This is just not even funny, Kevin.
Jeez, man.
What's wrong with everyone today?
I don't know.
We're not hungover from our party.
No.
Why should our listeners be? Or is that the same tool that
might have been
before?
Might have been.
Sounds like the same guy, right?
Is he going to be fun today?
Huh?
Is he going to be fun today for us?
Stinky's usually good with this.
He had a little bit of a hangover, perhaps.
He passed out on the couch last night.
He fell asleep. We all came back to the station here to get our stuff and go home. I was like, where'd Stinky go? First, he goes, can I have your bathroom key? So we had loaded up at Frenchie's, ate more food than ever. And everyone was just disgustingly full. So the second we get back here, you got the bathroom key? Like, I can take this disgusting dump. Then he disappeared. Where the hell did he go? Today I find out he just came back here on the couch that, Stalker Patty has slept on and unspeakable, ungodly acts have happened on, and fell asleep. Just crapped out. So maybe he's a little slow today.
A little slow?
He can't screen the calls as well as he usually does.
Right, well, he's going to kick a girl out of the WOW contest shortly, Anthony. Dave from Philly, did you guys talk about the hotel room keys yesterday? No, we did not because of the Crystal Method party. Whoa, Stinky's ready for his choice.
Here he is.
Stink, you ready?
I already forgot her name, but number 116.
116.
Let's go to 116.
It's Stinky's choice.
She has the hugest...
Well, let's get to 116. And can you get it on the site?
160. Are you sure? Let me see.
With a shirt on?
Oh, okay. Let me look. Oh, well,
let me see.
Wow, there are worse.
Let me see.
I mean, yeah,
Wow. I just don't like the
right,
I love that.
Oh, something wrong with the pigment around the...
Oh, dude, I love
Hey,
that.
it's his choice. We got to go with it. We got to go with it. 116 is out of the WOW contest.
Oh, my
Thanks
God.
to Stinky.
Wow, what a move.
Stinky, you passed on actual guys to get to her,
Wow.
There's at least one, maybe two guys in the competition.
I'll give it to Stinky. She has awful breasts.
Yeah.
No, I like the big area.
No, look,
Jim,
though.
shut up.
I do. I like that.
Well,
Look how it's...
you're going to convince all of us.
No, I like a big area.
Look at the slope of the top. They're very sag. She should have worn a bra for many years.
That one right there. I like that one.
What, when she's smiling and holding them up?
Holding them in a loving
Let me
hand.
look.
Jim, kiss these.
It doesn't matter.
Controversial out because
It's
the rest
over.
of her looks good.
It's over. But I think Stinky made the right move because it's all, the breasts are very important to this contest.
I like them.
116 out of the WOW contest. Thanks to Stinky.
Wow. I like big areas.
It's Ben's move next. Ben?
Yeah.
I think Ben's already ready. So
I'm ready.
why stall his decision?
128, the obvious decision, because it looks like John Rossi. It does. It looks like Rossi.
128.
128 is Rossi.
128. More email has come in for this dude than any other contestant in the WOW contest.
It's a man with implants, a tranny.
I think she goes by the name of Madison, right?
Yeah.
Contestant 128 out of the WOW contest, courtesy of Ben. Bye-bye. And she should call the show, because we're all convinced she's a man.
Yeah.
We're all convinced that's a sexual transvestite.
You try talking us out of it.
$40 good time.
Tranny.
A trainee.
Big hand on your back.
Yeah. No, that implies that you're doing things.
All right, give those two girls to our webmaster so he can X them out of the contest, Ant.
Right.
Steve from FoundryMusic.com, you're next.
Steve, do you have a girl?
He's got a girl.
I got 4, just in case you guys picked...
All right, well, we got rid of 116 and 128. Were they on your list of girls to kick out of the contest?
No, they were not.
All right. Go to the top of your list and...
Well, top of my list is 135.
135.
Oh, Jesus.
Still waiting for some of the ladies to call up and kick themselves out of the contest, by the way.
It's like Stalker Patty.
Let me see. And
awful pose, awful face.
The cans.
I've seen worse. What did you
see? The cans aren't that bad.
I've seen worse.
That finger in mouth pose looks like she's trying to purge, man. She really looks like she's trying to make herself puke in that pose.
All right.
We got to respect everyone's choices. I've seen a lot worse than that, though,
You guys
Steve.
are rough, man.
That's a detrimental pose.
This is really rough because she does have very, very nice breasties.
All right, contestant number 135 out of the WOW contest. Is it because she looks like an older woman? She looks a little older than the other contestants.
I've seen good-looking older women.
What is wrong with her? Just the finger in the mouth thing?
The finger in the mouth. I do not like the face. The face hurt that one, I think.
It's all the cans, though. It's got to be cans.
No,
we described it's like it's the whole thing.
The whole
package. I mean, the boob's very important and should be the biggest consideration, but you also look at the whole package, the face, the body.
Wow, I didn't see that. I did not see that coming.
You don't buy a new car with a banged-up grill and a banged-up headlight.
Yeah, you know what? I hope she calls in. I don't agree with your decision. I think there's a lot worse
I'm not agreeing
in the contest.
With
I don't agree with
But we respect your choice, and we'll kick her out of the contest. 135 out of the WOW contest. Jim Norton's up next. He'll decide after the break, okay? You need a little time knowing you.
Dude, I don't think there's that many ugly girls in it.
I got my pick.
Get out! Anthony, we should talk about the hotel keys really fast. It might lead to a discussion after the break here.
Something a little strange going on that I never knew.
And remind me about the CIA scam that we were talking about in the back office.
Oh, yeah.
But first, the hotel keys. This was brought up with the drunk pilots.
Drunk pilots, and it was something that was in the story that wasn't really touched on in the story, but I read it and was
By the way,
this is going on?
Those pilots know how to party. We should have invited them yesterday. They had, like 7 gallons of beer between them?
5:30 in the morning, they're tanked going back to their hotel room, and they were flying at 10:30.
Which means they probably slept to 5:30 to 9.
Yeah.
9:15 and got up.
9.
They're like when your hangover might just be kicking in, but you're still really hammered. And there they go, onto the jet aircraft.
We've talked about flying many times in the show, and we've had people that work in the industry, and they admit that some of these pilots are flying quite high.
I've heard
because they don't have to do much. A lot of them are playing board games and reading books and doing all sorts of crazy stuff up there.
On the long flights when they're just hooked up and already
autopilot.
Yeah, they got to occupy their time, but it shouldn't be by getting over your hangover.
Right.
Being drunk.
Why don't they sleep? Can you sleep at all? As a pilot, one guy catches a few hours, the other guy stays awake.
Probably
That's
could,
scary.
especially overseas. Yeah. As long as one guy's looking.
Oh, yeah, they're taking turns sleeping.
That's all you need.
I talked about it, I don't know, last summer. I get nervous when one of the pilots leaves the cockpit to take a leak.
Or he's got to look at something.
Like, our odds have drastically been, changed as far as this plane crashing. I'm thinking the guy goes in the bathroom, next thing you know, he's locked in there, some crazy thing happens, and now you only have one pilot in the cockpit. He has the heart attack, and now we're done.
I don't think you see them coming out to take a leak anymore. I think it's like...
That's why I said I think this was last summer we were discussing this. But when one of them would, leave the cockpit and just kind of stretch his legs and take a leak, talk to the stewardesses and stuff, I was always real nervous. Like, now we only have one guy. Odds aren't good in our favor if this guy all of a sudden has an aneurysm or something.
They have to give them their own bathroom so they can pee in. A scumbag airlines lose a couple of seats on the aircraft and extend the cockpit so they have their own bathroom. So they don't have to interact with the passengers when they got to take a leak.
Well, we've flown a lot since 9/11. I haven't seen one pilot leave the cockpit.
No, once that door is closed,
so I'm wondering how they were leaving themselves. Because I've done the flight to L.A. We flew to New Orleans. That's a pretty long flight for a domestic flight. You got to think these guys have to take a leak.
You remember during the taxi to the runway, they used to leave that cockpit door open.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be able to look up down the aisle and see them taxiing the plane. And then when they'd get ready for takeoff, they'd shut the door. But now, while you're walking on, that door is shut. Boom, goodbye. No one's seeing these guys.
Anyway,
which is good.
So getting back to the drunk pilots, something came up as far as their hotel keys.
Yeah.
And I thought this was pretty interesting.
Never knew this was going on.
No.
Oh, I thought we were going to break, Opie.
No. We could say real fast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They found out
that these guys got back to their room at 5:30 from the bar by checking their hotel key records when they got back in their room. You know, when you take your little electronic key and slide it into your door lock and open the door? That's being registered somewhere on a computer at the hotel.
They now know when you're coming and going.
I don't know why. I really can't put my finger on why this bothers me so much, but it really does.
Because it's more of Big Brother just watching you in general.
I think it's just another one of those things that's like, yeah, why do they have to know when anyone's coming or going out of the room? You could say for housekeeping's sake, or is somebody still going in after checkout time? I don't know. It's something
I don't know why they need.
And I am very up to date with technology and what's going on. Believe me, I subscribe to the geekiest goddamn magazines ever, and I paw through them like crazy. Popular Science, Popular Mechanics, all these science magazines. I get a lot of them and read them, and I've never even heard of this. So when I heard it was like, why don't I even know that this was going on?
Maybe
a little odd.
Do you think they do it on... Is it a Big Brother watching thing, or is it just a byproduct of using a computerized system? Like, maybe it just registers everything that it does, and they never look at those records and like, oh, yeah, we could look at these if you need us to. But you understand what I mean? It may not
they're
be...
using it against they're using this against the pilots.
No, I know, but I mean, it may just...
In most cases, yeah, who cares if you're coming or going? But the next thing you know, they're using it in a court case going, look, man, you got back to your room at 5:30. You were supposed to be flying at 10, and you were completely hammered. Now it comes up in the court case, and it will influence what they decide in the end.
What I'm saying, is there any way to have these type of keys without a record being kept?
That's a good question. I'm sure there probably is. I don't know. That's just it. I don't know much about this, and that's what freaks me out the most. We stay in hotels all the time. And, no shenanigans or anything like that. I'm not running drugs and saying I'm leaving at a certain time and coming back. But it just strikes me a little odd that it's one more thing.
They're watching.
That you're being kept tabs on your comings and goings.
We've talked about the Easy Passes.
Easy Pass,
They're being used in divorce cases.
Not only that, there's plenty of other things.
Why is that fine?
They're using that on.
None of that.
Why is it fine that if you using the Easy Pass now, the state or the city or whatever has a record of you coming and going? They know exactly where you're driving now. I don't like that.
I don't care. They're going to notice I drive around the same 5 blocks 40 times. Let them look. Who cares?
Or they're talking about putting the Easy Pass sensors on the highway, put them a mile apart, and based on the time that it takes you to get between those two sensors, you just have your Easy Pass, not even near a toll or anything. You just have it in your windshield, and if you took a certain amount of time to get between the two sensors, they could calculate your speed and mail you a ticket. Because you were speeding.
The only problem is they'd have to prove that you were driving the vehicle as opposed to having
They'll figure all that out.
I mean, that's the part. You can't get points for that. You will not be able to get points.
Right, not points, but
they're giving tickets where they take pictures of your
camera at the lights.
At the lights.
Yep.
And there's a lot of times they can't prove it was you in the car.
You don't get points for that either, but you get a fine.
I've gotten one of those. You know what? I know what you guys are saying. I'm not all for Big Brother watching, but that does make things safer because people are like, I can't go through because I won't get away with it, and there's less people going to get killed at intersections. I don't mind that as much. And there's going to be payoffs for it. I don't want Big Brother knowing everything I do, but you know what? If there's a missing kid and you know who he went with and they could track him because of Easy Pass, good.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I guess you got to take the good with it, but I don't know. It just struck me as odd that they're keeping track of when you go into your hotel room.
Yeah, that is a little disturbing.
When you leave. It's like I never knew there was a record of that.
Yeah, why did they initially think they had to keep a record? Unless it's just a byproduct of doing it with a computer to begin with. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody could.
I just didn't know that until I read it in the article there.
Because I'm trying to think of anything good that would come of that, like keeping tabs. Like if you're going to kill somebody and you leave your hotel room and you get back in and you said you were in your hotel room the whole night. I mean, that's obviously good. They kept tabs on his comings and going and they caught a killer. That's a good thing. But I can't. I don't know. It doesn't bother me because I'm not going to be doing anything that's going to get me in trouble for it, but it just bothers me that they're knowing that I'm leaving the room or coming into the room.
Yeah.
It's a little odd.
It's a little odd. It's a little creepy. It's
a little invasive.
It's definitely invasive.
And it's just like little pieces that come together like that. There's that. There's other little things that just, Yeah, I never knew that was happening. What else is going on?
There was another article in the New York papers. You're on camera more than you're off when you're just in New York City.
When you're in New York City, you are on cameras. You're being photographed more than you are not being photographed. Every corner, everywhere you go, whether it's security cameras, traffic cameras, store cameras, people's webcams, whatever it is.
ATM machines, obviously.
ATM machines. It's very rare that something happens that they cannot somehow, some way get a picture of it happening. Which is good, again, for certain things. You know, some homeless schlep puts a brick over a woman's head. You know, you'd like to see it caught on camera. Just for entertainment value, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just another one of those things that's like, I don't know. It's just odd to me.
You're right, and part of it is the abysmal behavior of people has made there would be a need for security. You know, it's like they're not just putting them up for no reason.
Yeah.
It's because people have been such abominable monsters to each other, and they're clubbing each other and bricking each other. They're like, well, catch them.
You know
okay, we're going to put cameras up and try to catch them. Well, don't put cameras up. That's invasive. It's like there's no way to win.
That's all good, but I don't trust our government.
No, I don't either.
And, you know, and then they'll have all this in place, and then who knows what they use it for in the end. Yeah.
That's an old argument, slippery slope, they say. It's a slippery slope.
Right.
But, again, you can't judge what could possibly be with any good effects it might have. When that comes, you deal with it. If they start to use it in an inappropriate way, you go, oh, no. And then you deal with that.
No, because it's never presented in a way where anyone ever goes, hey, no, now this is enough. It's just like anything else that the government's done with taxes, you know. If somebody went from no taxes to we're taking 40% of your money, there would be a revolution that you would not believe. People would pick up arms and storm Washington and kill the politicians. But over the years, you accept it. You just sit there and go, yeah, it's just something I have to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's never something that's presented in a way where anyone freaks out.
Yeah,
people know exactly how much people are going to take.
Yeah, they just slowly but surely take a little away from you.
And don't forget, most people, though, who are not paying 40%. That's a very small percentage of people. Most people are not paying that. I don't think that big a percentage over what they were paying X amount of years ago.
You know what, though? No, it's all relative, too. If you're making a good chunk of change and they take 40% out, you're still pissed because, you know, it's 40, but you're a 40% government partner with the government. If you're making crap and they're taking 25% of it, it's 25% of your crap. You know what I mean? It's all relative. It still pisses you off. It's still too much. You'd rather not pay it. But like I said, if it happened overnight and they said all of a sudden we're taking between 25 and 40% of your money based on how much you make, they would pick up guns and kill people.
That's a good point.
Hey, Dave, what's up?
Hey, guys. Last year I was in London, and my buddy's room got broken into. They took his passport and stuff out of his luggage, and the house dick, huddla, showed us the printout, and they tracked down whose key it was that opened the door, and it was one of the chambermaids.
Oh, really? Their key has an encoding on it or
Special
something?
code, so they know exactly who goes in and out, not just the times, but exactly
how about that?
Love you, Norton.
Thank you, Angel. So that could be the reason, that because it helps with thievery and people know that, look, we're being tracked. We can't just go into rooms as soon as a customer's gone.
I never knew that.
You know what?
I never knew it. That's what bothers me. There's nothing that I signed when I check into a hotel. There's nothing I ever read in one of these magazines that let me know this was happening.
I think that's what bothers me, too, is that they don't tell you that this is what they could do with this new technology.
When they went from the clunky
They never really
key.
told us what they could do with the Easy Pass info. They didn't tell us that they could tell when you're coming and going with the hotel keys.
You're all about convenience.
You're right. If the guy at the front desk said, just want to let you know, the hotel key is programmed in a way that we'll know when you're coming and going.
I'm still going to check in, but it'll be like, okay,
all right, well, thanks for telling me.
Thanks for telling me.
It just feels sneaky.
It's all about the convenience of it and presenting it as a huge convenience. No more clunky key in your pocket. The key fits in your wallet. It's great. They program it right at the desk. There's no lost keys. There's no people taking the keys. And you're just like, this is the best thing ever. And then when you're using it, no one's telling you that, there's another side of this. We know your comings and goings at the hotel.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you just filling us in?
But then again, when they sell you a video camera, they don't tell you this could be used to film a crime you commit without your knowledge. It's like anytime you have something, in the small percentage of times that it's used in like a criminal thing, it's very rare. I've never heard of this. It's very rare this happens. So they probably figure, why would you tell somebody something that's going to be 1 in 150,000 cases?
That's just what bugs me, though. It's not one in when you check into a hotel, you're not told that there is a record. There will be a record of your comings and goings in your room. It seems like something that should be at least in fine print somewhere. Like, I've never heard of this.
Right. And
what else is presented?
We had to find out because of the drunk pilots just casually reading the paper one day. Oh, look at this. Look what they could do with the hotel keys.
What else is presented to us as a convenience, but then can be turned around and bite you in the ass like Easy Pass? There's probably thousands of things you do every day. ATMs, your credit cards, your driver's license. That strip on the back of your license, there's a lot of info on that thing. Your Metro cards, I mean, there's plenty of things that are very convenient. We're very happy. We're like little lemmings. We go along and go, oh, look at that. Technology has given us another way to make things easier. Email. Fine, yeah. And then before you know it, you read stories about, wow, someone got bit in the ass by that? I just thought it was a convenience.
But technically, can't you get bitten in the ass by... I mean, I know what you're saying. I don't even disagree with you. But can't you be technically bitten in the ass by anything? It's just... Maybe if it wasn't the electronic thing in the key, it would have been the camera in the elevator that saw you in the hotel. They
you know what? Yeah, but I know that camera's there.
Yeah,
but you know what?
I know it's there.
But there was a time in our lifetimes that you didn't have the automatic keys, and you did not have the cameras in the elevators and in the hallways. But slowly but surely, the cameras are popped up. Here's the electric keys. That's what the
this
point
is for your
making.
safety.
In our own lifetime, we went from people really not knowing much about us to the point where they know a lot about us because of the latest technology. And I find that just a little weird, a little sneaky, a little...
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't know what to make of this. I find it odd. That's all it is. I just find it like it's... And every year, it seems to be just a little more... They're keeping... Whoever they are is... And I guess there was a time are the ones that want this info. If they ever need it for something, it's readily available.
There was a time in New York City, very recently, you just used tokens. Now we got these Easy Passes, and they could track...
the Metro cards and...
I mean, the Metro cards, excuse me. And there's a lot of info that they could track using that. But only a few years ago, we were just throwing tokens in. No one knew where we were going.
Can't you just buy a Metro card in cash, though? Or like if it's an anonymous thing, right? Yeah.
You could. What if you buy it with a credit card? Is the info of your credit card put on there? If push came to shove, would they be able to look what time you slid through and see who bought that?
I'm one of the lazy guys.
I don't know.
I just buy like a $20 card. Yeah, you're right. But there are a lot of people in New York that use their credit cards and get the monthly or whatever it is. And now they know this person went into this subway stop and got off here.
Right. Now, I'm not sure if that info is there, but it's another thing that I just don't know. I've never heard of it.
That info is definitely there.
Yeah?
If you're buying it with a credit card, without a doubt. Oh, yeah. You buy a Metro card, definitely. You swipe your card. Okay, this person that bought this Metro card, here's his credit card number. He got on the...
Oh, because it's got to come off of your credit card.
Right.
Oh, then absolutely, yeah.
So they know, okay, at 5:20, he jumped on the subway at 57th and 7th, and at 5:25, he got off here. And then he changed trains over here. Yeah, they can track your movement that way. Yeah, I just find it weird.
Yeah.
But you're saying Easy Pass is being used in a divorce case. Is that really...
That was an old story that was, oh, yeah.
But no, but is that really sneaky? Because you get a statement every month that tells you where it was used. Like every bridge, I get a statement that says GW Bridge, Lincoln Tunnel. It tells you this is where we charged you.
You know what, though? Until something happens where it's used against you, you do take for granted that it can be used against you. It's, again, a great convenience. Man, when I am whizzing past those sons of bitches waiting on the cash line, I feel like I'm backstage. I got the VIP pass that Norton never gets. I'm cruising through. And they're miserable, and they're sitting there. And if some dumb son of a bitch gets in my Easy Pass lane and doesn't have one, he has the wrath of the line behind him.
You fly by just giving everyone the finger.
Right. It's the convenience. They can never... Nobody can ever put in place something that will take away either a right or a privacy without it being presented as this great convenience to the public. It's got to be packaged in a way, regardless of... Now, I might sound like somebody who's really paranoid, but I think that if something wanted to be put in place where they really could, for bad purposes, keep track of the American public, it would be wrapped up, giving so much of your personal information out on the internet. When you order stuff, personal info, social security number, here we go. I'm typing it away. Credit card, enter, here it is. Because I don't have to get up and go to the store. This is so convenient and easy.
There's a guy in the line, he says, if you don't do anything wrong, no problem.
Right.
None of us live our lives perfectly. I mean, I'll use the Easy Pass example. Let's say they decide that they're going to just realize when you're speeding and just start mailing tickets like crazy. We all effing speed.
Right.
That'll affect all of us.
Yeah.
And crazier things have been implemented in our society. All of a sudden, like, you know what? We decided, you put me in office, and I have decided that we're going to start tracking you on the highways because of the Easy Pass, and we'll know when you're speeding, and we're just going to mail tickets. We don't even have to catch you anymore.
What if you're ordering certain subversive books, let's say, just for your own education, or books that maybe not even now, but sometime in the future might be found subversive or offensive, or, you know, whatever. Things change over the years, and they can now have a record of that, look back and say, who's been looking at this or getting these videotapes or books, or you just can't tell right now what the future's going to hold. Yet that record of whatever you do like that on the internet, whew.
And well, the key is to separate inappropriate when they're checking up on you inappropriately and when they're checking up on you appropriate. Like that Easy Pass thing, that's a big thing in that divorce case, because when you first said that, people go, oh my God, they're getting that info. How do you know his wife didn't just find the statement and go, December 24th, he said he was here. Wait a minute, this says GW Bridge.
Maybe the guy needed to cheat. And maybe she's a twat.
I'm sure she is.
And he's like, you know what, I'm getting away with something cool, and the stupid Easy Pass catches him. Maybe he's trapped in a marriage. He doesn't know how to get the F out. He's got a hot honey somewhere down the turnpike. He's you know,
cash.
Well, whatever.
It's a choice he made.
But half the people out there
use Easy Pass.
But half the people out there don't know that
like
can
I
be
said,
used that way.
Present it as a convenience.
Then they're dumb. People, like, there are certain things like the hotel keys. There's a different game because none of us ever even thought of that. But Easy Pass, dude, I've been getting a statement. I know.
Yeah.
You know where I was. That guy's dumb.
Here's a great case of something that's presented as a convenience that turned around and bit some guy in the ass. He rented a car. I believe it was Connecticut.
Oh, yeah,
He was driving down south. The car is equipped with GPS. GPS.
Jack's at the same.
GPS global positioning system. They can tell where you are at any given moment. So if you break down, they know where you are. They can send things. If there's a problem, you give them your route or where you're supposed to go. If it veers off, they can help you. They'll help you. It's a convenience. Somewhere in the very fine print, it was in the fine print, but it wasn't very clear, was the fact that if you were speeding, if you were caught speeding, didn't say anything about the GPS, caught speeding, the company, not the police, not the state, the company that rented you this car will fine you $250. They then use the GPS to calculate your speed.
Okay.
The man was speeding. He got a $250 ticket with no due process, with no police involvement, nothing. The guy thought GPS. Great. Speeding. All right, if I get pulled over and a cop gives me a ticket, I will then have to pay this rental company $250. No, they now are charging him $250. He fought it. I believe he did win.
It was more than one ticket, by the way.
Yeah, three separate speeding occasions.
Remember that.
$250 a clip.
Yeah. Well, there's rental car. I'll never side with them. They're dirtbags.
But it's just another thing presented as a convenience.
All of us need to speed at times. All of us need to go through red lights at times as well.
Mm-hmm.
That whole taking a picture and just mailing you a ticket is ridiculous. There are times you're at a light waiting, 1 in the morning, whatever. There's no one around. You want to get the F home. You're not bothering everyone.
Blow that light.
You're not messing with it. No one is in danger.
I agree with you.
All of a sudden, they're taking a picture. Tough crap.
Dude, if a cop was there and he saw you, he would never say, well, you know what, kid? It is late. You're not getting...
Yeah, right.
Tickets
but if you're smart, about it, you look around.
You look around for that cop.
My odds are pretty good I'm not getting caught. No one is coming. I'm tired. I just want to get home. I'm blowing this light. Next thing you know, screw you. Click. Picture's taken. It's mailed. Tough crap.
And to play devil's advocate, technically, they're right. Whether you like it or not.
Oh, yeah. You're not supposed to go through that.
Technically. I'm not Larry Law by it. I'm just saying that
we're not robots, though. None of us live our lives perfectly. We're all breaking little rules here and there.
So if this came to the end-all of what we believe it could come to sometime in some wacky future of this planet, we would, as Opie says, have to walk around like robots, making sure you never throw that cigarette butt on the ground. No littering, never speed, always keep the speed limit, never go through a red light, and never bend that law like everyone does on a daily basis. Could you ever see that, this technology and whatnot, snowballing to get that end.
I'm a firm believer we're eventually, and they're probably going to start with kids, going to have little chips in us. And I'm not a paranoid guy to prevent child abduction.
They've already tested it.
That's hit the media, and that might go into effect sooner than you think.
And
your implanted
I think
chip.
in kids it's good to prevent things like
but when
Samantha Runyon.
because that's great. It's a great thing for kids. They wouldn't get kidnapped. What info is on it?
Yeah.
What could they do with it?
Does it wear off eventually?
Right.
Can you have it taken? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, as a human being, you're like, oh, well, I'm glad my parents took care of me, but there's going to come an age you're like, get this effing thing off my hand. I don't want people still tracking me. I'm 28 years old.
And that's how they presented it, as, look, your kids, if they get abducted, we'll be able to trace them from a satellite. How about that? God damn, that's great. No more abducted kids. They'll find them in a second like LoJack.
Which is
great.
And then all of a sudden it's like, all of a sudden you're 28. And your life isn't that good, and you're doing some really nasty things, and they're still tracking you. Next thing you know, you're taking a butcher knife to your own hand.
Or what other information can be in that chip, and what?
You have to. I agree 100%. I'm not saying the Big Brother can see whatever they want. I don't mean that at all.
No one ever checks this. Yeah. Like I said, we're getting back to the whole thing that started this with the pilots and the hotel room and the key. That was a sentence in a story that wasn't even commented on. It wasn't even something I had read that I cross-referenced with a story I read years ago about that technology. That hit me more than the drunk pilots. When I read it, I'm like, wait a minute.
And I think the journalists out there in all these papers missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Taking that little line that was in this stupid story and discussing it.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, by the way, here's some other things that you probably didn't know. What's going on around you.
Yeah. That's something.
The hotelies are watching you.
Stay at a hotelie because they don't do that.
Every
like Opie says.
Technology is going to have downside, and that's certainly something to be concerned about. But I'm not paranoid.
Man, I'm so surprised on your take on this.
Why? I don't disagree with you.
I don't think
you're wrong. I think, slippery slope argument doesn't always work for me. At times it does, but I think you have to
be paranoid to be girlfriend about this type of stuff, because you don't know how this is going to be used against you. Right now, you're like, hey, I live my perfect life. I don't cheat on my girlfriend. I'm not doing anything too crazy, but who knows how the government's going to spin it. Like the Easy Pass. We'll go back to that way, where they have discussed where they're thinking about monitoring as you go down the highway and just mailing speeding tickets. That will affect every single one of us. And make our lives a major drag, especially if you're doing some road tripping.
That I have a problem with, simply because
could you imagine
driving the car.
Could you imagine doing a 7-hour road trip and the whole time you got to realize I could only go 65 miles an hour?
Right.
When there are times there is open highway and no one around, and you know you could go 80,
only do 65 because you know you will get a ticket.
Absolutely.
Right. Not look around for the cop and think, all right, in between these two bridges, there's not much shoulder for a cop, so I know I could fly. Not even if you go over 65, you absolutely will get a ticket because of a satellite
that would bother me
sensor.
Big time.
It would bother me too.
And then there's another side of it. I've been on the LIE and I'm doing the speed limit, whatever, maybe a little faster, and you see these scumbags weaving in and out, going 85, 90, and you're screaming at yourself.
Yeah, that's me.
And you're wishing there was a cop around to catch these idiots, because they're obviously putting a lot of people in danger. I'm talking about the times where, my God, you're speeding, you're not hurting anyone.
Right. Maybe they'll have a thing that it's only going to clock you if you're doing X amount of miles over the limit, doubling the limit.
Doesn't matter. It still would.
There's a way to block that, though. Easy Pass, you can block going through. Well, the problem I'm saying is everybody was getting speeding tickets from Easy Pass. Easy Pass would cease to exist because nobody would use it anymore.
Right.
Unless, again, they made all tolls
Easy
Pass only.
You know something, though? Not everyone will know about it. Again, the room key. I didn't know. I know a lot about what's going on.
And
you're
crazy to say no one will use it. Here's.
No, I'm saying we were all getting speeding tickets for every time we went over.
Do you realize you drive enough? They have made it in our fine city that you got to get an Easy Pass. Right. They only have one toll pretty much open for cash at this point.
So you're going to then sit in a line of traffic because you might get a ticket?
The local government has already decided, look, this is the system we want in place, okay? And so they make it a hassle for the people that don't have Easy Passes. You're in a line to pay your stupid, cash for the bridge or the tunnel. You got a 20 to 30 minute wait because you don't have Easy Pass. You see everyone, flying by you. Of course they're making it so much easier. No, look, if you just get the Easy Pass, you don't have to deal with this line anymore.
Package it.
They could always have one stupid toll line open, but the majority of the people are going to give in and say, okay, I got to get the Easy Pass.
Mark my words, when the product or device or whatever comes about that is the biggest, most convenient
greatest thing that is embraced by the public, that will be the most dangerous tool ever. Because, like I was saying, it will always be packaged on the upside, where they'll say, look, you need this. Like Easy Pass. I could not imagine driving through a toll anymore without it. It would drive me nuts. I sit and look at those lines. So it will always be presented that way.
I don't like the ticketing with speeding. The traffic light thing I really don't have a problem with, because traffic light's a stationary object, and anybody that blows through it, that's a tremendous safety hazard.
No, I gave examples why that's even ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's a rare occasion.
Not as rare as you think. There are people blowing lights all the time that aren't putting anyone in danger.
You know what? At the intersections, they rarely put the cameras at intersections that you would go through a red light at any time. Those are usually at very busy
There's one on
intersections.
Houston. I forget, it's on Houston and something. I actually know where like three of them are.
There's a light by my house that I never stop for the red. I stop, I look. Traffic's only coming from one way. It's like a T intersection. Only coming from one way, and it's barely ever coming. So if I see the lights red and there's nobody coming, I go right through it. But there's not going to be a camera there because they wouldn't be able to turn a profit there. You know what I mean? But eventually, will there be cameras on all the corners? Who knows? No one's really fighting that hard for the cameras that are up there now. So, like I said, we just sit back and let it happen. No one really screams that loud. No one complains. And the next year, there's just a little more. And like I said, I don't know why, but something just bothers me about it.
Right, okay.
I can't put my finger on it.
Well, the phones have exploded, so we're going to stay on this for a little bit. All right?
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Don't go on anywhere. And also, Norton's got to kick one of the WOW contestants off.
Okay.
We're kicking girls off out of the WOW contest today. So far, we've kicked 3 girls off, and we're going to kick at least another 5 or 6 today. And we're also looking for some of the ladies that are in the contest to kick themselves out of the contest because they know they're not worthy at this point.
You know who you are.
They know they're not going to make the top 20, so you call up, be brave enough to say, okay, look, I'm not going to cut it. I'm getting myself out of the contest. And then we'll allow you to take a girl with you.
Yes.
But Ant and I do have the
we have a veto.
We have the veto power.
If you pick a hot chick, we're going to say no, and now you get to take nobody with you.
And you still lose, okay?
Right.
So, lots to do. Also, Sex for Sam today. Oh, my God, we got to get contestants.
Booze. Wow. Booze. Let them hang. Wow. Booze. Let them hang like the animals they are.
The Opie and Anthony Show, 102.7 WNEW.
Here, check it out, the Opie and Anthony Show on this fine Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Ah, yeah.
We love WOW. We just know what's going on, right, Anthony?
Just put the WOW on your vehicle and drive. That's it. It's easy.
That's our tracking device.
Yes, and the boobs will track you.
That's a good tracking device. There are girls out there. They see the WOW in the back of your car and go, oh, they want to see boobs.
Yeah.
Okay, here's mine.
Wow, I've been tracked by a hot chick with a nice rack.
And if you don't have a WOW in your car, I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know. What the hell? Throw it on, see what happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. No lose. There's no downside to WOW.
Nope.
I see them all over, too, man. Driving in every day. It's unbelievable. A lot of support.
Lots of emails still coming in. How do I get a WOW sticker? My God.
Yeah.
Please listen to this show. Then we don't have to waste time with all this info that you should have already. You should know the phone number of the show by now. Yep. You should know that all you have to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 888 7th Avenue, New York, 10106, and we'll send WOW stickers right out to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's for the New York version. All the other stations are doing other things to give you the WOW stickers. But if you can't get a WOW sticker, just homemade. Homemade WOW signs work just as well. Okay?
You can also get them if you want to come August 10th to Red Bank at the Count Basie Theater. I'll have WOW stickers.
You know, there will be lots of WOW stickers at your show. A show that's not selling whatsoever for some reason.
It is actually selling okay, but, why would the station get behind it? Who would need that? So I'll just give out the phone number.
The station is too busy looking for other radio shows.
732-842-9000.
Jim doesn't understand why the station isn't fully supporting his Red Bank show when they have much bigger problems around here.
I actually do understand it. I mean, look, Tim, if you were here, I'd drink from your mule. Tim Zabin. Phenomenal.
Well, WYSP is a well-oiled machine.
I'll say.
It runs itself. This place has major problems.
And one of them isn't, oh, my God, let's make sure Jim sells a lot of tickets for Red Bank.
I understand.
Yeah, it's on my priority list.
I know.
How about this? We still need a midday show, Jim.
I agree.
Okay?
My only thing is when you hear yourself mentioned on shows from some comedy club thing that the sales department slips without asking you, and then your show, Red Bank, doesn't get mentioned, you get a little annoyed.
Here's another thing we need. Weekend programming. I don't know. I would like to tune in this radio station in New York, WNEW, on the weekends and hear something a little different than a half-hour infomercial on hemorrhoid cream. Or
Friday and Saturday Night Rocks with Eddie Trunk.
There you go. So we got a few things in place.
There you go.
Brother Weeze's show is very fun to listen to on Sundays. But the rest is a bunch of infomercial crap.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're a little preoccupied, Jim.
You're probably right.
And Red Bank's going to do just fine on August 10th.
You don't like tuning in for an ass cream commercial? Something like that? No?
And they trick you, too. You turn on the station on the weekend.
Oh, they have a host like it's a real show.
Yeah, like, when are they going to get to the TNA? And
no, they're just talking about ass cream.
And the flaming Dr. Peppers. Next thing you know, you got rooked into an ass cream commercial.
It's always an interview fashion. Like, so does it really take away burning and itching?
Yeah.
Yes,
it does. Well, we'll be right back after these words. And then it's a commercial for the product that they've been pitching.
Yeah.
And then they come back like it's really a show.
How about
who's buying that you think it's a show?
How about this? You're watching TV and you get rooked into one of those things?
Like a talk show format?
Well, it's like maybe a Time Life commercial for the music of the 70s or something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you realize, I've been watching this commercial for 20 minutes.
I thought it was a documentary.
You think it's a quick 60-second commercial. Next thing you know,
20 minutes have gone.
And it's still a commercial.
You watch the same clips of the same 10 bands over and over.
Yeah, you get kind of mesmerized and rooked in. Kind of like this radio show. I think they're going to do something eventually.
No. You got roped in.
They tease all this stuff.
All these great things.
They never get to it.
Next thing you know, Ron and Fez are on.
Right, next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock and we're saying, see ya.
That happens.
It does happen. All right. There's a couple of people we want to go to with this technology thing.
Oh, I got a story really quick that somebody just sent. You know when you go to the supermarket, you have your preferred customer card?
Yes.
Slide it through.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's under the guise of convenience and savings, because if you use it, they take off a certain percentage of some of your purchases. So you got your little card. They ask you, you slide it through. What this is a marketing tool that they can track the products you're buying, and then you can be you can get coupons and whatnot sent to you for the products that you buy the most. That's what everyone is told, and that's what everyone thinks, because there's no other reason for it. Well, recently, somebody was buying charcoal, hummus, bleach, and sandwich bags. And the government agents, American government agents from the CIA, started checking into who was buying certain products. They handed over this information to the government. Now, when you go to the store and hand your preferred customer card, you don't think that info is going to the government. No one told you it was, yet it was.
So if you're going to buy, like, razor blades and apples...
Around Halloween,
maybe
and pens?
Maybe you should take 2 trips to the grocery store.
It's one of those things... Yeah, split it up. Split up your purchase. It's one of those things that it isn't written anywhere, just like the key card at the hotel telling you when you're checking in and out of your rooms on any given
Is Southwest Airlines using this technology to keep the fatties off the plane?
Yeah, you're buying Haagen-Dazs more than 4 times a week. Right. It's like tickets.
Look, you're fat, you're telling me you can't help yourself. Well, look, we got your latest grocery list.
If on the back of
Put
the
down
card...
the goddamn Twinkies.
Did it say, what was it, hummus and this other stuff?
Yeah.
Good job, FBI. Good job.
If on the back of your preferred customer card there was a print that said, this information may be given to the government, would you use it? No. Would anyone use it?
Yes. Because I don't trust my government.
But you just, not trusting it, I would just think, why? Why is my grocery list going to the government?
Meaning you don't really trust them, what they're going to do with that information.
Let them know I use Tom's toothpaste, Tom's mouthwash, and a lot of toilet paper because I'm constantly taking dumps. That's all they'd find out about me. This guy's a loser.
The fact is, though, my point is they don't let you know that that's where it's going. So that was a little odd. Again, presented as a great convenience to you.
All right, let's go to Matt. Hey, Matt, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I wanted to let you know that there's a magazine out. Well, it's kind of a magazine. It's more like a newsletter. Comes out quarterly, as far as I remember. It's called 2600. And it used to be just about how the phone company could keep tabs on you and whatnot. I mean, there's a lot of reasons the magazine is out. But when I lived in Chicago, there was a thing called the iPass, which is kind of like, you know, they just give you, they let you go through and then you pay the fees later for the tolls.
Yeah, it's kind of like our Easy Pass here in New York.
Yep. Right. Well, when I was still pretty active in the 2600 community, they had an article saying how this could track you, and how that it even says when you get that nice little pamphlet to take home on the back in the small print that this can be used to file criminal charges against you.
Oh, it says it?
It says it on the back of it. But you guys do need a weekend program. I heard you mentioning that earlier.
Hey, does
You're
Easy
trying
Pass,
to get the job?
Does Easy Pass say that at all? Maybe it does in some of the small print in the pamphlet. I mean, I don't know.
Small print.
That fine
Have you ever
print.
read small print?
No.
You should see the things Ed and I sign on a daily basis. We have no idea.
Oh, we could be put in prison for some of the things we signed.
Oh, my God. We signed a document a couple weeks ago. I don't even know what we just signed away.
Yeah.
Something about something we didn't do on the radio.
Yeah.
Pledging support for Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, who knows?
They handed over, it was, they handed over a contract for Ed and I to sign. It had to be over 100 pages.
Mm-hmm.
You think we read this damn thing before we signed it? Of course not.
Did you read every page of that, like, sexual harassment and proper conduct in the workplace thing that we got?
I didn't sign that.
I didn't either.
I don't sign any of that.
I didn't sign it.
I don't sign any
What,
of that
it's in the
crap.
garbage?
I threw mine in the garbage.
I don't sign that either. I didn't read it. I didn't sign it. That's signing that drivel.
I'm a stupid radio guy. I'm not signing documentation that they make IBM employees sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not working in the office.
Hire all fat chicks if you don't want them harassed.
You know how many rules we broke yesterday with our little party?
Forget about
And
it.
if you sign that document they gave us in our
Just
mailboxes,
cause to fire you.
Of course.
So fire me for not signing it.
We had naked girls, drugs, alcohol.
We did?
Sex acts. Where the hell were you?
Some people would love to fire certain members of this radio show.
It was dark. I couldn't see all that going on. Was Pete Johnson involved? I hope not. He signed it.
And all it takes is one of those bitches from upstairs to come walking down and traipsing into our area.
Right.
And we're all screwed.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like what you see down here, don't come down here.
Exactly.
You have a job because Ed and I are successful. That's it.
But did you hear flack from somebody up there?
In the past.
No comment. No comment.
Was it what?
No comment.
Oh, all right.
Because they're that awful. See how everyone's laughing and losing their minds around here?
I'm not saying anybody's name.
It's gotten that bad upstairs.
Remember when some of our guests used to have to sit up in the Wynn's waiting room, our news station in New York City? They used to have to sit in the Wynn's waiting room. And, oh, my God, the horrors sometimes. The homeless people, the naked girls.
Good.
The stinky people. It was awful.
The nun. That we horrified.
The news people don't want to look at them, but they don't mind capitalizing off of them and talking about them and getting people to listen because of them. But if we have to look at the reality in our faces, we don't like it.
There you go.
Exactly.
We gave him a lot of good stories to report on. Dan, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's up, Dan?
Talk a little louder, Dan.
I'm just going to let you guys know on the new cars now, what they're actually doing now in engines is they're putting in regulators. They're calling them governors.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, but what they can actually do is, like, I didn't realize till I had a truck, they put a governor on my truck at 85. So what they can do is they can start lower and drop the governors at 65, so that way, they fix that way.
They'll never do that because they need to give out speeding tickets.
I know that, but I'm just saying,
it'll never get to that point, my friend.
Wait, the governor won't let his truck go over 85? Is that what that means?
Yeah, but he's thinking, well, why don't we just drop the governors down to 65 so no one speeds? No, they need to catch people.
I agree with you there. Everybody needs their money, and that's, another way to get their taxes. But I'm just saying that, it's a thing that started as a convenience saying, hey, look, we'll keep you from, having your engine blow up.
But they'll never drop it down to 65, I'm telling you. They make way too much money with the speeding tickets and catching you.
There'd also be lawsuits from people that died in accidents that said, well, if I could have accelerated faster to get out of the way of something that was coming up behind me or whatever, I would have been alive.
I got a quick seatbelt story. A girl I went to college with.
I love seatbelts, by the way.
Swears swears if she was wearing her seatbelt, she would be dead.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to figure out.
Because she went flying out of the car was completely destroyed.
Most people thrown from the car die, though.
I'm just saying. I mean, this is, in one case where if she was wearing the seatbelt, she would not be with her.
I always buckle up. Buckle up, kids. It's cool.
You always get the rare exception, like hey,
I'll tell you about
it killed somebody. But
I know. But it's a quick story.
For the most part.
I'll tell you this much about the seatbelt thing.
Mm-hmm.
They should not be giving you tickets if you're not wearing your seatbelt.
I agree.
What? Why? I'm only hurting myself.
You know what, though? No, I'll disagree with that because it affects me. Because get this.
How does it affect you if I don't wear my seatbelt?
I'll tell you why. Some jackass is driving. I'm driving. I'm buckled in quite nicely. We have a collision. I'm fine. This ass goes through the goddamn windshield because he's too lazy to buckle up. Now, I'm not only saddled with all kinds of lawsuits, but I'm saddled with the fact that I was in an accident that involved somebody dying. It would affect me. I think it's maybe not. You know something? I'm a little leery with the law that you should have a seatbelt law. But any idiot that gets into a car and doesn't buckle their seatbelt is a moron.
Is an idiot.
Maybe
but you know what?
Is an idiot.
But I think that should be my choice.
No, because you're affecting other people. You're affecting insurance rates. It affects a lot of things.
You're both right. Technically, you should not have to wear it, but if you are injured and it's proven that you weren't wearing it, you forfeit right to insurance.
But the lawyers jump in on that and just...
You're right, but then you forfeit your right to collect on personal injury because you were not wearing your seatbelt.
I shouldn't have to be affected by me being involved in the death of a human. You know what I mean?
Why should you be so lucky?
Yeah, go through life like that. That kind of freaks you out a little bit. Because some jackass doesn't feel like putting his seatbelt on. Why?
I don't get that either.
Yeah.
I like to be buckled in for safety.
I crank that thing nice and tight.
Our old pal, Pete Radovich.
God hangs over it.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Pete?
What's up, man?
You guys got me freaking out now. I'm driving around in a new car I just bought a couple of months ago, and it's got the greatest thing. You're talking about convenience. This thing's got a GPS, and it's also got a little button I can hit, and I can talk to someone that can see where I am, and I can tell them, hey, listen, I need to know where the nearest Taco Bell is.
Right.
And within a minute, they tell me where the Taco Bell is.
It's like OnStar.
Dude.
Now,
I've been with Tim Sabian coming home from a restaurant completely hammered. Tim was driving drunk, and he decides... back roads of his neighborhood, he decides he's going to talk to the GPS guy.
Yeah, it was the OnStar.
The OnStar. He pushes the OnStar button. The guy told Tim exactly where he was driving.
It's amazing.
And that's how they start the conversation. Hi, Mr. Sabian. You're about to make a right on Oakwood Road.
Is that alcohol I smell in your breath, Tim Sabian? Our smell sensors in the car are detecting alcohol. And Opie's with you, I see. I'm looking right at you now.
Right. Tim...
Why are you wearing such tight slacks, Mr. Sabian?
He's got to get a life because he thought it was hilarious. He called the OnStar people just to make them unlock his locks. That was it.
Mr. Sabian, I'm sending the hip police to arrest you for those pants. Those are very unhip pants. Not allowed.
Can any car have an OnStar?
And the OnStar guy is like, is everybody ready? And we all go, yes. And all of a sudden, click, they unlocked all the locks for us.
Isn't that something?
That's cool.
It's not even something I asked for. It's provided with the car. It just came with the car, and I thought it was the greatest thing.
Really?
They'll know. They know exactly where you're going. They know exactly where you're going right now.
Forget about that.
Some snot-nosed kid, because they don't pay those guys a lot of money. They're tracking you, going, oh, look at Pete. He stopped at the whorehouse on the way home from work.
I know this area. This is where they sell the crack.
Yeah, we know this area.
What kind of car is it, Pete?
It's a Mercedes. But not only that.
Look at you with the new job, huh?
Listen, not only that, I've got an open
Someone
mic.
made out well after the XFL thing, huh?
I'll say.
Go ahead, Pete.
I've got an open mic in my car.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a mic hanging over my head right now. There could be someone in Houston listening to me right now.
Now,
How do I know they're not listening in anytime they want?
Don't you have to enable it?
No, well, I do on my end, but how do I know they don't enable it on their end whenever they want it?
You don't know. You just don't know for sure.
Oh, my God.
Read the
I'm driving around. They could be listening to me right now talking to you guys. I'm in my car right now.
No, we're not listening, Pete. Don't worry, we're not.
Don't worry, we're not listening because this is a boring conversation. There's another Mercedes in Jersey. They're having sex in the car. Why would I want to listen to you?
Dude, I thought you said you had an open micro in your car. I'm like, why are you riding around with Voss?
All right, boys. Talk to you later.
All right. Take it easy, Pete. We got to take a break.
Boy, that's a little odd.
We're still catching up. And by the way, yes, Tim was snotted. Hammered.
I get to dump a girl, too.
What?
Oh, yeah, we get to dump girls from the WOW contest.
We're going to do that next. You want to explain real fast, Because we need some of these ladies to call up and dump themselves as well.
Yeah, if you don't think you're hot enough and you're in the contest and you've been looking around at the other girls and you say, there's no way I'm going to be in the top 20. No way. We got 143 girls in this contest. So if you don't think you're going to make it to the top 20, call us up. You can kick yourself out of the contest, and you'll be able to take another girl with you, as long as we agree. And we also will be kicking girls out. Girls that we know are not going to get into the top 20.
All right.
There you go.
We're going to move on to other things, but Scott might be able to wrap up this whole conversation. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, how you guys doing today?
Good. Make it fast because we got a break.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the LoJack system?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just heard on another radio show that they're making one for children.
I know. We talked about that as well. What's the disinfo.com thing? That's why I went to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, anyway, well, it talks about all kinds of conspiracy things, It talks about, like, Big Brother and crap like that, and it goes in real detail about it. And it actually has links to other websites, like pros and cons. It's actually non-biased. It's all about that and tells you everything you want to know about all this crap.
All right, we'll go to disinfo.com and check it out. Thank you, bro.
No problem.
Bye.
We'll break. We come back. Norton kicks a girl out of the contest.
When do I get to throw one out?
We'll all do it next. How's that? All right.
Diarrhea?
And we'll get some listeners to kick some girls out today as well.
How old are you?
18.
All right, pull your shirt off. Wow.
Fabulous!
Well.
Holy ravioli!
Opie and Anthony.
107. The Opie and Anthony Show. WNEW.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday on the Opie and Anthony Show. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. We know you're doing it. Thank you. We don't acknowledge you enough. Thank you. The guys, thank you that you have been flashing today.
Of course.
What an easy concept. Wow's on the back of the car. You got the nice fun bags. You connect for a split second or two on the highway, making a miserable ride home that much better. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Get Wow on your goddamn car. Paul Oakenfold. People ask every time we play this bed. All right, let's get down to business. Yeah, we got this WOW contest. It has entered the 20th week of the contest. It's not our fault. Our webmaster had to take a little vacation.
20 weeks.
20 weeks. 20 weeks.
Longest contest ever. WOW contest.
Ever.
Tainted blood.
I can believe how long this contest is going.
Long contest. Long contest.
This is where we're at. We have 143 girls in the contest.
Yeah.
If we threw 143 girls at our listeners to try to decide,
their heads would explode.
Right. So we got to kick out a lot of girls. Get it down to a reasonable number. We're thinking under 100. Mm-hmm. Then the listeners are going to vote for the top 20. And then hopefully we're going to throw a huge bash in New York City for the girls.
Ooh, and bring them all up on stage, live audience.
And then sometime in October we'll announce a winner.
No, really.
We really got to get to the end of this damn thing. Today, though, we're kicking more girls out of the contest. I cannot believe you ladies out there that are in this contest. Not one of you will call up and admit that you're not worthy.
Yep.
You gotta know. Assess yourself. Look at the other ladies. Count 20 hot ladies on there. Do you think you're one of them? I don't think so.
If you don't think you are, call up and do the right thing. Get yourself out of this contest. Make it easy on all of us.
Right. Throw yourself on the grenade.
And we give you a little incentive. You admit it. We don't abuse you too bad. And then you take a girl with you. In the meantime, it's up to Jimmy Norton to kick out a girl from the WOW contest.
No, what are you kidding? She's hot.
Jimmy, why don't you get on mic and tell everyone your Your choice.
I think the one, and I don't hate any of the chicks in this contest.
He's always trying.
Dude, no. She's not even from around here. I'm going to have to go with, I think 107 was the number. Could you click on 107? I think that was it.
What state is she from?
I don't remember. It might have been in California somewhere.
Knowing you're not going to kick anyone out from Washington, Philly, New York, or Boston.
Philly, I'd boot in a second.
Are you sure, this girl?
But none of them bang in Philly. Yes.
Yeah?
Turn around.
Not bad looking. But it's
Turn around,
uninspired.
Right, I don't like these choices today. I'm getting a little nervous.
No, she's not winning the contest.
She's not that bad.
I know she's not. I agree. She's not that bad. She's not in the top 20.
Wow. What city is she from, Ant?
I honestly can't even tell.
D.C.? D.C. Contestant 107, Kristen, is out of the WOW contest.
And I can't even
courtesy of little Jimmy Norton.
Wow, that really doesn't make much sense.
When you think about it, though, like, she's cute, and then you look at some of the
uglier girls up there.
It's not just about ugly. It's just kind of an uninspired pose. I'm not trashing her.
Oh, he's going more with her presentation of her goods.
His hands are nice, but compared to some of the breasts that are on there, there are some breasts on there that are phenomenal.
All right.
It's a tough choice. But
well, we got to accept it.
It's not that I want to boat her.
All right, she's out. So far today, we kicked out 116,
and that monster
128, the man, 135, and now 107 from Jimmy Norton.
And there was one I wanted to do, but I think I knew.
And are you ready to pick?
Oh, I have been ready.
Yeah,
I am ready.
You want to announce who you want to kick out of the contest today?
You want to play along at home. She's one of the contestants between 101 and 120. Ooh. She's on that page. Scroll down near the bottom of that page and look at contestant.
Oh, boy. 92.
No. 90. Let me see what you just looked at. What did you do? You just gave someone up. That's on a different page.
What page are you on?
Let me see. I said between 101.
Oh. Thanks, Ben.
Who did you just throw out?
One page, Greg.
It was Ben.
God. Jesus.
Ben was too busy thinking about his next dump. He was on the wrong page.
Oh, you just almost gave her a heart attack, that girl. No, mine is...
All right, wait, go back. Oh, I know.
The lovely contestant 117, Jacqueline from Las Vegas.
She should be sitting over a library entrance.
Not only does she have shoulders that belong on a football player.
Okay.
But her boobs, one is obviously a lot smaller than the other.
Yeah.
And the the darker area of the breast, the size difference is amazing there, too.
And whoever told her to bend forward for the picture should be shot.
Oh, God.
That's not a flattering pose for that one.
Yeah.
No, that's awful. And then the other picture where she's kind of laying back, it doesn't help.
Like
a flattering pose would have been if she was hanging upside down.
Yeah, in a dark room.
Because, now, I mean, look at this picture, and look at these boobs.
Yeah,
Look at the difference.
Yeah, there's problems there.
Look at the difference. This is a WOW contest. Look, that one's up there, that one's down there.
One's looking that way, one's looking that way.
Looking that way. All right, that guy in the middle.
Contestant 117, out of the WOW contest. Thanks to Anthony.
Oh.
I'm going right to my decision.
All right, give us the page first so I can play along.
I already said it.
Oh, you did?
92.
Oh, 92? Oh, you're giving away 92.
92's out.
Where's she from?
She's from right here in New York.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. Jackie.
Let me see her again.
Really?
I know there's...
She came in. I believe she made it past the first cut of all of us.
Dude, she has really... I've seen other photos of her.
Ben is shaking his head.
Because she's got huge cans.
Her cans are phenomenal.
They are not.
No, phenomenal. Don't throw a word like phenomenal around.
Dude,
say,
look.
All right, if I'm drunk and haven't been laid in a while and I want a TF.
I like her cans.
92 out of the WOW contest.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Out.
I like those cans.
Rick,
you
it's
cannot
for you.
use that word.
The rat
Rick,
is good.
Give us the page number.
I think we're going to do another round of this today.
It's
yeah, we got to get rid of a few.
I think it's page 3.
Well,
page 3.
All right, 41 through 60?
Yeah, yep.
All right, top or bottom or middle of the page?
It would be like the 4th row.
All right, let's go down. Okay. What?
Also from Vegas.
Oh, I kind of liked her. She had a fun little attitude.
Dude, she's got cartoon eyes for breasts, and she looks like she's in her 3rd trimester. Look at picture number 3.
Oh, yeah.
There's worse than that.
She's a mess.
Those.
Look at her.
And turn around.
Okay, take a look at this.
Cartoon eyes.
Look at that mess.
It's not that bad, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Contestant 47 out of the WOW contest, courtesy of Rick.
Out. Let me see the sitting picture.
Guys, I got an idea.
She's not perfect.
I want to do another round.
She looks like Jason Voorhees' mother.
Jason wasn't a very good swimmer. I have a picture by that dock where the head got lopped off because I went to camp a mile from there.
Oh, yeah?
Where the original Friday the 13th was filmed. And I got my little picture taken where the head got cut off.
Little Jimmy
on a movie set. Sorry.
I want to do another round.
Yeah.
Okay, bring all these numbers down to Scott so he can X them out. I want to do a breast implant round.
Oh, wow.
Breast implant round coming up next. Every person associated with this show will pick one more girl today, but it has to be one of the girls that has breast implants.
Wow.
I went to Camp Mason when I was a little boy. Little Jimmy away from home for 2 weeks.
Crying all homesick.
Yeah.
Hi, who's this?
Savon.
Savon, contestant number 135, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me find you.
Savant, your name is?
Savon. I want to know who kicked me out. I have nice boobs.
Hold on, Angel.
Steve from FoundryMusic.com kicked you out. I must say, and I did not agree with his decision.
Agree with it either.
We absolutely didn't agree. We did not agree.
Guys, that picture did not do me justice. I look even better than that. The guy taking the pictures didn't know how to use the camera.
You know what?
Can we put me back in, guys?
Hold on a second. I didn't agree with his decision either.
I didn't either.
I mean, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I got a nice boob job. My doctor was good.
You don't think you're going to make the top 20, though, do you?
Well, actually, I was hoping to redo my pictures. I know that's not possible, but I'm embarrassed I got kicked out first round.
No, not first round. We've been kicking out girls for weeks now.
Yeah.
Steve is
I'm ready to cry.
Steve from FoundryMusic.com in the studio. Steve?
Can I ask Steve why?
Steve, you know damn well. Well, let me first tell Steve.
So nice.
He knows that.
Yeah, she sounds like a real charmer.
Steve, you know we didn't agree with your decision, and we said it wouldn't happen.
Savon, he did not like the finger in the mouth pose.
The finger in the mouth pose was a
I thought that was
Guys.
quite inviting myself.
You know that, but guys, the funny part was that when I showed a friend of mine that same picture, I told her, I was like, I told them not to send that one. The guy sending the pictures in loved it. I hated it, and they put it in anyway.
Yeah, it looks like you're trying to vomit.
Yeah, I know.
What was funny about that?
Bad picture, and they put it on as the very first one.
You got the Quasimodo eyes and the tongue sticking out. I got it. The eyes are uneven. Look, one eye looks like it's shifted lower than the other one. The tongue is sticking out.
Yeah.
It looks like she's about to hurl all over.
It's definitely a bad picture. I definitely agree.
Yeah,
well, you got some rack on you.
Yeah,
I agree, and believe my face. The pictures don't do me justice. I feel like really upset when I saw them. I was ready to call and take myself out because the pictures don't do me justice. Yeah, that first picture is terrible.
Let's not blame.
But I'll come down.
Let's not blame the DNA. We'll blame the photographer.
Yeah.
I really would appreciate it, guys. And would there be any chance I'd be able to read?
Gone! Gone! You got disconnected. You can do reshoots at the Count Basie Theater August 10th.
Get out! Now you get the hell out of here!
She's out! Okay, Anthony.
Yeah.
Coming up next, another round where we kick out girls with breast implants.
Oh, just implants?
This could be a very controversial round. I'm
certainly
noticing we
be.
haven't kicked many girls out with the breast implants, except for the dude that had the breast implants.
Ugh.
Okay?
Ugh.
Also, whoever's answering the phones, do not answer the phones for the next 15 minutes, and I'll tell you why. We do not want to be distracted, because I hold in my hand Details Magazine.
Oh.
There's a little article on hookers and why it's okay to pay for sex.
Really?
Now, hear me out.
Where have you been hiding this? I haven't heard about this story.
Hear me out. A lot of people rolling their eyes right now in their cars. I understand. But we're willing to admit that we get distracted on this program. As long as no one gets through to us and throws us off on a wacky tangent, as long as no one walks through that door with something that's a little more interesting than this article, we are going to get to this article next, Anthony.
Yes.
Okay?
Cool.
Stinky, do not answer the phones. We don't want to be tempted. Do not answer the phones. Look. Look, it's right in front of me.
You've opened it and put it right in front of you on the console.
It's ready. We're going to try to focus and concentrate. Because I also know what happens. After commercials, we forget what we were supposed to talk about after the break. But look, I have a huge reminder in front of me. Naked girl, why it's okay to pay for sex. Okay?
If you need a bigger reminder, get one of Ben's dumps.
Don't answer the phones. We're going to step aside. We're going to come back. We're going to do the hooker thing before we do the breast implant thing, okay?
Really?
Yes.
All right, good, because I need a little time to find the girl I want to throw out.
And Stinky, you have the first choice. You got to kick out a girl with breast implants today.
Oh, God, I think I found mine.
All right? It's all coming next on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Хорошо, у них есть эти большие тыцки.
Whip them out.
Titsky.
Whip them out.
Titsky.
Wednesday.
It's off the hook, yo.
Opie and Anthony.
107, the Opie and Anthony Show. WNEW.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Coming up very soon, another round where we kick girls out of the WOW contest. It's a breast implant round. But first... Yeah, Jim?
How did I know that the judge who was going after these cops was a woman? How did I know it? Making the cops identify themselves. How did you know it was a chick?
Jim, we're not going to play that game.
We have something planned that we have to get to. We promised the listeners.
What was it, though?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. Concentrate. Short-term memory. What was it? Look around. I feel like I'm living Memento right now. Do I have it tattooed on my arm somewhere?
Did you write it down? Did you take a picture of it?
Lots of notes around. Sex for Sam 3.
Oh, we got to talk about that. We got to get contestants.
Hotel keys. I think we did do that, right? Talked about hotel keys?
Yeah.
All right. Top 25 funniest people.
Oh, what an awful list.
That wasn't it?
That wasn't it? I think it was.
Dude, tell Tommy Lee to call back because our listeners will hang us. They'll hang us today. Oh, I got it. Details Magazine.
Oh, yeah. You're always making me forget that one. I thought we had gotten to that weeks ago. No?
I have a pile of stuff on my desk.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, stuff we've talked about.
I have an article on weird fetishes we never got to.
Oh, remember that?
I got an article on the top 50 worst movies of all time. Mm-hmm. all this stuff that was supposed to make for some good radio.
And
I threw it all in the garbage.
Yeah.
I was too embarrassed to even bring it back up on the show.
Remember what's your favorite ice cream thing?
I don't think that was us. What are we, Howie Carr? Yeah, Boston, there's one for you. Okay. Anthony, why it's okay to pay for sex?
Why it's okay to pay for sex.
Right. In a perfect relationship, the man never strays. But who's perfect? The next best thing to being faithful, a guy who admits to hiring hookers, Anthony.
Wow.
A lot of controversy with this article in Details Magazine. Yes, Jim Norton?
Just saying, it just seems like you have a real catch in your studio and you didn't know it. The next best thing to being faithful.
The next best thing to being faithful.
According to that article, and I agree.
Is paying for it?
Yep. I agree.
Let me read a little further.
All right.
A real catch.
Let me begin by stating I wouldn't dream of paying for sex. Never have, never will. The thought of $120 worth of gentleman's relief at the local Thai massage parlor. Are the Thais doing the massages these days?
I wouldn't know, and I never paid $120. That's too obscure a number.
Unless it's before 4 on Sunday, in which case it's $92.50.
This guy's a riot.
Boy, we can only dream we could write for Details Magazine. In which case it's $92.50. Disgust me. Nevertheless, I have a very close friend who has indulged once or thrice. Thrice meaning 3 times, I believe. And I'd like you to consider the possibility that he isn't a complete loser. Maybe, just maybe, paying for a piece isn't as morally reprehensible as Lynn Cheney would have us believe.
Who's paid? in here. We know Norton.
I've never paid.
Anyone ever in your history of...
Rick shows his wedding ring and says
I've never paid
either.
Never paid. I never paid either.
I never paid because I always had a radio show.
I was...
You don't need to pay because you have a thick, delicious Italian mule, and Rick
I was
is really
just always
handsome.
Petrified.
I know he's paid. You have to. Anyone that looks like Curious George has to have paid for sex.
Jesus. Jeez.
Wow. Can you turn around the phone screens because our ass-wipe listeners are trying to distract us. We got to get to this today. All right. As Xaviera Hollander, remember her? The Happy Hooker?
Xaviera Hollander, yes.
Pointed out in The Happy Hooker, hiring a prostitute isn't all that different from stumbling through the dating maze. It's just a shortcut to getting the cheese.
Now, you know something? That is the thing I read that was like, okay, I see that point. Like, if you're not in a serious relationship and you're dating, you're paying for what amounts to sex. You're not looking for a relationship. You want to get laid. You go out, you're going to be spending money. It's just going to food or movies or a play or whatever the hell you're doing. You're paying money in exchange for sex, and it's not even guaranteed.
You're paying for the pre-show when you just want to get to the game.
Right.
In both cases, you're spending money to avoid having to do your own handiwork.
There you go.
Okay. Indeed, Hollander argues that the covenant between Working Girl and John is more honest. Neither party has to pretend it's about anything other than sex when you go to a hooker.
Mm-hmm.
Or as Charlie Sheen put it, this is a great line, you're not paying them to sleep with you, you're paying them to leave.
To leave.
That's when you're Charlie Sheen. When you're any one of us, you're paying for them to sleep with you. That's really easy to say when you're a good-looking guy who starred in Platoon and Wall Street. But girls who are with me want to leave. Idiot Charlie Sheen.
As quickly as possible.
Yeah, like we all have that problem. Well, but the model didn't want to get out of my apartment.
Jim, you're out of your mind.
No, I'm not.
You've never been with a girl, and you just wanted to have sex, and she was still there, and you were trying to figure out how to get her out.
Yes, I'm just saying that that's not, I pay for sex. It's not like I have the option to get laid whenever I absolutely want to get laid.
Right.
And
okay.
Let me tell you something that a lot of people might not know. One of the highs in getting escorts, it's not necessarily the act or the finishing. The high is this. It's that knock at the door.
The risky business knock.
It's the looking through the keyhole.
When I was...
Are you kidding? Wait a minute, because now this is intriguing.
This.
And then do you all of a sudden go like, oh.
It's here. There's a woman there who will have sex with me, and she's a stranger. And it's the look. What does she look like?
Hold on.
It's the look.
Once again, I could completely... I am so with you.
Look at Jimmy.
No, I am so with him again because Risky Business, when we were growing up, that movie was kind of popular.
Oh, but look what came to the door first.
You're so right. But it was that whole, oh, my God, sex has arrived at my door.
They walk in, they're wearing a skirt. They sit down on the bed. They usually have to call the agency. But as long as you're not a complete pig... Hey, how are you? It's okay to rub the leg. I mean, you don't go to becoming a pig because they have to make sure.
So you step right up and like, hey, how are you doing?
I know. Hey, wait, come on in. I'm very cool. I know, but I know I can touch them. I know that I'm looking at that beautiful body and those great legs and that beautiful ass, and I want to touch it. I can. It's okay. I love that. It's not just about the sex. It's about the control you get with it. And I'm not an abusive. I don't beat up on. I mean, I'm into.
Right.
I'm actually a pretty easy date when it comes to that stuff.
You hit on something because the whole Risky Business scene, it turned out to be a disaster. But when all of a sudden the ding dong,
that's
and he was all alone. His parents were away for the weekend. That was like a major turn on for me checking out that scene until it was that horrific sight.
It's the complete lack of being self-conscious. It's about taking off your shirt, not caring what your body looks like because you know she's beautiful, but it doesn't matter because the arrangement is money equals this. The arrangement's been fixed, so all this stuff is okay. That's what that's about. It's not just, you want to get, what you want to get. That's part of it, but it's certainly not all of it.
So you're all like, you hear the knock and you go like, oh, here it is.
Yeah, because you're pacing.
Do you savor that moment?
Dude,
like,
yes.
Do you do it slow and walk to the door and go, okay, what's this going to be like? Who's she going to...
shower first, especially in hotels on the road, man.
It's kind of like opening up a birthday present from Grandma. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Dude, what does she look like? Look through the door. That woman is here to have sex with me for what I have in my pocket, which is money, and I'll give it to her.
Why isn't Ann standing today?
What?
Why aren't you standing?
Why everyone's standing? I didn't get the new standing thing.
I don't know. Lately I've been
always
standing.
stood. Mine works better.
No, I'm the minority sitting.
Doesn't matter. You're great sitting, so
I can't really stand and do this
You're
program.
making this all uncomfortable.
No, he's not. I didn't even notice until you mentioned it.
Let me try to stand.
Oh wow! Now I'm free. No,
I don't
hey,
like
sit back down.
It looks
Wait a
like
minute, I'm
confrontational.
standing. Sit back down.
Yeah, right. What do you mean?
Hey, whoa!
Over there. I'm standing now. I could jump right down your throat, mother. Yeah, like Pharrell. Shake it.
All right, everyone sit back down because now
everyone's sitting now.
I'm going to sit too.
I can't.
Oh, someone's put a tack on my chair.
Or a whoopee cushion. Everybody thinks you did it.
Real Bronx cheer.
All right.
My raspberry.
Back to the article. All right. Frank Sinatra once asked his buddy Peter Lawford to score him a prostitute in Vegas on his wedding night.
Frank?
According to this article.
On his wedding night, he wanted a hooker.
And what do you want a hooker for? Asked an incredulous Lawford. You've got one of the most beautiful women in the world waiting for you upstairs. What are you kidding, Sinatra is said to have replied. She's my wife.
Oh, jeez. Oh, what a scum.
And can I touch on that point? They say that no matter how beautiful, I heard a comedian, I don't know who he is, I'm not stealing your bit, but it was an analogy he made, it was brilliant. That doesn't matter if you have a beautiful prime rib piece of steak at home, sometimes you just want a sloppy burger. And that's what it is. That's why when you have a beautiful woman...
A sloppy burger?
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if your woman is beautiful or she sleeps with you whenever. It's not always about that. It's about just going out and doing something dirty.
When that sloppy burger knocks on your door? That rancid piece of beef?
You know what I'm saying, though? It doesn't matter. Like, well, he's got a beautiful wife at home, so what?
Right. A lot of the most beautiful women in the world have guys that have, I mean, look at Elizabeth Hurley.
Hugh Brown is what's his name? Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant was married to Elizabeth Hurley.
Sex is not just about banging the hottest girl out there.
Right.
There's so many other levels to it.
It's about boredom at times. You hook when you're bored. You hook when you're lonely. I used to love talking to hookers when I dropped them off because I was lonely. This is years ago when I was like 19, 20. I would drop them off and just talk to them.
Did they charge you extra for the talking?
No, but
Shut up, little man.
Yeah. So, what do you... Want
to go to Great Adventure?
Diarrhea? Lonely nothing.
2 plus 2
Did you use that
diarrhea.
voice?
Hi. Hi, you're a hooker? I would go to dances where people were all socializing and never, ever meet girls.
Yeah.
So I would always go out and hook when I was done. That was my way of dealing it. Go out and meet somebody,
All right, a few other points in this article we want to talk about. Nearly all men at one time or another have the urge to stray, according to Details magazine. Much better they should order off the fast food menu than a la carte from their wife's address book. Of course, in an ideal marriage, the husband never strays, but who's perfect? The next best thing, a hubby who only hires hookers. After all, what man is going to leave his wife for a whore?
But a hooker.
So instead of
what about diseases?
So instead of sleeping, with your wife's friends, that can be all sorts of problems there. Obviously,
grab a hooker.
You grab the hooker. She leaves after you're done.
And diseases, I would say, not all. Some hookers are filthy. Most girls that I've dated are cleaner than any girl you're going to meet in a club because you use protection for everything. Everything. The girl I had as a regular wouldn't touch without protection. Protection always, never wrong.
Yeah,
never.
What about like things like crabs though? That kind of thing.
I suppose, but again, any girl you can get that from, and I don't go that far. I only go with certain things.
Can you get something from?
If she had crabs in her eyebrows, I might have got them.
What do you mean? You don't bang?
Not in the car. No, it's too risky, man. The car, no. Blah, 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 bye. Thank you. My regular for 2 years, I never hit. Never banged, ever.
Really?
In the car? If a cop rolls up? I'm not a maniac. Hello, officer. How stupid do you think I am?
I don't know what the rules are here.
No, in an escort, in your hotel room?
In your hotel? All right. But when you pick one up off the street, it's just
Dude, let me tell you something. All you girls out there that do the best you can, you little troopers, this girl, within 4 minutes with a protection.
Done.
What a girl.
Yeah.
What a gal. Polish. Oh, is she sexy.
Really?
Oh. I really hope she hasn't gotten her life together, because I miss her. Jim, you need drugs? I'll get you some more drugs.
Yeah.
Jim, being the expert, I don't get... What could you possibly get from... can you say the handy or what?
What could you
from
possibly
a handy?
Get?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what they're going to do.
Erotic-wise or disease-wise?
Disease-wise.
I don't know.
From a handy?
Well, you said they use protection for that.
No. I mean, to touch before they touch you. I mean, like when somebody's manipulating.
Hold on. Just follow my thing here.
Okay.
I need the handy.
Right.
She's there. Is she putting a glove on?
No, she's rolling something on. She's rolling it on.
No, he's saying if he just wants a handy.
No, because you mentioned that. Like, nothing gets done without protection, and I think you said something about even, like, a handy.
I didn't mean to say it was a handy, because I've never gotten one from a date, from an escort, nothing. Some girl tried to do that to me and said, that's the end of the date, just get out, I'll do it myself, stupid. Right. No, I don't know what they would
pretty
do.
ridiculous, like that scene from...
Yes, I know.
Animal House. Where she put the latex glove on?
I mean, they don't even... No, I mean that there's no, like, you're on a date, there'll be, like, touching and mutual manipulation or whatever. But in this situation... Any type of manipulation that person does to you is going to be with a barrier in between your skin and their skin.
Right.
So, and they may have to touch you for a second putting something on, but that's it. It goes on immediately.
All right. So they're saying that, if a guy wants to cheat on his wife, it's better than going through her address book if he just goes to a hooker.
Right.
Okay. Then we move on in the article. Maybe I'm being a little flippant here. Aren't there some serious issues at stake? One of the more common objections to prostitution is that it's exploitive. The man is able to get the woman to have sex with him only because she's lower on the socio-economic food chain. She may not be forced into the transaction, but she's coerced all the same.
Yeah. That just sums up the beauty of it.
You might think there's something morally repugnant about a woman using sex as a commodity, but if you do, I hope you're consistent enough not to be ogling the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue or shopping the Victoria's Secret catalog.
And how about all the girls that use sex to get backstage to meet Motley Crue or Sabbath or whatever band they want? Come on. I mean, I don't want to see some... prostitution should be legal, so underage girls are not doing it and they can test for diseases. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you got to do. I mean, look, people steal for drugs. They do all types of awful things for drugs, so... Who am I to not get off?
All right, and the article ends with this paragraph. Of course, I'm merely speculating, but my very close personal friend tells me that some of his happiest sexual experiences have been with hookers. Apparently, they're honest, straightforward, and non-judgmental, which is more than can be said for most respectable romantic partners. He sincerely hopes that one day he may be able to discuss these matters openly without worrying about public censure.
Well, then have some courage and just tell the truth.
On a radio show in front of 18...
I don't care. Yeah, big deal. It's the world's oldest profession. I didn't start it, and long after I'm dead, they'll still be doing it. If there was no market for it, hookers wouldn't exist.
Well,
there's not chicks walking around smashing people in the chin with hammers for money, because there's no call for it. If there was, that's what they'd be doing. Hey, would you smack my chin with a hammer for $50? Sure.
You're right. There's enough of a market for it, that's for sure.
That's all it's about.
Watching that Hunts Point special on HBO? Oh, my God.
And I've always been open about that. That guy was all ashamed. Well, then he might be married. He's married, right? But, I don't want people to know at the office. Ugh. See, I get a Hummer from a stranger for money. Sorry, I'm not raping somebody's bank account. You understand what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then it ends. In the meantime, though, he'll have to keep his credit card receipts to himself.
Paying on a credit card. I actually had an escort service try to charge me about $10,000 extra. They tried to rip me off.
Are you kidding?
No, I would never joke about escorts.
So what do?
You call and go, look, I got an escort, and they're trying to rip me off. I was right up front with the people in the credit card company. I don't care what they think.
Right.
Nah, who cares? 18% interest? Hey, whore, fix this.
They probably assume at the escort service, if it's not reputable, that he's not going to complain about it because... Yeah. He's embarrassed, and they picked the wrong guy when that's concerned.
They tangled with the hooker kid.
$10,000. I did her A, and they charged me $10,000 for it. Yeah, Can you help me out here?
$3,000,
Visa,
an extra $5,000 on one. It was like an extra $8,000 total plus the.
So Visa, I blew snot in her face, right? Yeah. And they're trying to claim.
Yeah. Yeah, and believe me, eating the A is not priceless. It's $350 according to her.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Norton, you talk like it's so normal and like it's no big deal, but don't kid yourself. You are the biggest loser going, and you should kill yourself.
And?
Just kill yourself.
For what?
Because you're a loser.
Yeah, that's been established a long time ago on this program. What I'm saying is, what makes you say that now? Because I like hookers?
Yes.
So you have a girlfriend or you're married?
Married.
Exactly. So I'm a loser because I'm banging different chicks, and you're banging the same one.
Yeah.
All right, well, you win. Same girl for the rest of your life. Oh, that's better than a whole bunch of different ones. You're right, sir.
I think you shut him up.
All right, let's go to
What's
Joe.
he talking about?
Do you get Sky Miles when you pay for hooker?
I would love to
Sex
be able
miles.
to. No, I only go Continental.
Joe, what's up?
Yo.
Hey.
Listen, they're talking about, the problem with all of this, but if you really think about it, you got a woman that you're married to, you love, she's gorgeous, and you love being with her all the time, but there's certain things that she doesn't do. What's the problem with going and getting it taken care of and then, going your separate ways?
Like the point you bring up is the Hummers.
Exactly.
If she doesn't want to do that anymore, why not then go to a hooker to get that part of your pleasure?
Precisely. No, you can't force her, Norton.
Dude, I'm not saying to cheat either. To me, if you make the commitment to get married,
right,
you better make sure that that's the right person and that you're both compatible in every way. I'm not married. That guy that called before I'm married, hey, if you're happy with the one person, they do whatever you want, whatever you do what they want, good for you. I haven't found that, so I'm going to keep paying for it.
Yeah,
that's why I don't get married, because I'm a pig.
True, but still, I mean, there are certain things like...
How could you marry a chick that won't drink out of your mule? Every time I looked at her, I'd want to belt her in the mouth. Every time she ate food that I paid for, I'm like, you mind using your mouth for that, do you, stupid? Every time she drank a milkshake, I'd want to throw it on her back.
At the same token, then you don't do back for her then.
But you see, dude, that's the difference. I love doing that.
So do I.
Right.
Maybe me and you could get together.
What do you say?
Love you, Jimmy.
All right, Joe.
Angel.
Bye.
If you're on hold, stay there, but we got to go right to the hotline. A guy that might know a little bit about hookers, Tommy Lee.
Tommy.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
What's up, Tommy?
What's up, guys?
No, we were just talking to everybody about paying for it.
I know, I heard the conversation.
Yeah, escorts and hookers and stuff. I have to assume you've done that a couple of times at least.
I think everyone should own one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When you're Tommy Lee, you don't have to, though.
Yeah, see, that's just it. You go out, you pick up some chick.
He's a rock star, and he has a mule the size of a small community.
Everyone knows about that. Everyone's seen that on the tape.
Yeah, that made for some great Thanksgiving viewing, Tommy. I'm so glad that we get to talk to you today, because I've always wanted to thank you. We brought that tape to Thanksgiving dinner, swear to God, and watched it upstairs while Mom and Sis and the aunts were cooking the turkey. We all went upstairs to see you rail Pam.
You perverts. Pervert.
You know something, though? You're lucky. You're lucky that you were endowed like that, because it was a big hit. People saw the tape and went, wow, look at Tommy Lee's hog. And you could have been one of those guys, a little puny thing, and then you'd be going through life embarrassed.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to be psyched that got out there. Who are you kidding?
Hell yeah.
If I got a 14-incher, I want the world to know.
I'd be happy with 6.
Hey, Tommy, I got to ask you. I saw Pam on what the hell was she on last night? CNN.
Larry King.
Why are we even talking about the P word?
Because she was claiming.
I gotta go, guys. Bye.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? He hangs up for talking about Pam.
What a faggot.
What a dick. All right, Tommy Lee officially an asswipe.
Why would he hang up?
Why would he hang up? You were tooling her, you idiot. It got out on video. You were married. No one doesn't know.
Why are we bringing up the P word? He wants to promote some golf tournament. Wow, that's exciting, radio. Let's talk about a golf tournament.
Want to talk about her and her goddamn hep and the fact that she says Tommy gave it to him? What gave it to her? What is wrong with these people? Did Tommy Lee lose his mind?
I can see if you were
Did he lose
nasty.
his friggin' mind?
He wasn't even happy that we brought up the sex tape. I was complimenting the guy.
I gotta go. Then go. Go F yourself.
Have a sense of humor.
You jack off. Like anyone wants to hear about anything else that you're doing.
By the way,
you're not exactly at the peak of your music career right now. We want to talk about the sex you had.
Want to talk about
on the videotape, the hep thing, Pam. Does she have a big C? The interesting stuff. Not a golf tournament and your latest CD.
Want to ask why you didn't have a lifeguard at the party?
We'll plug your crap. We'll plug it. Yeah. Why don't you stick that mammoth mule in the pool and let the kid climb out on it? Come on. Why are we going to sit there and plug stuff and not get something that would be worthwhile for this program, like talk about Pam?
He should have used the schlong to separate the shallow end from the deep end of the pool.
Like that thing they put across the pool. When you hit the throbbing vein, turn back, children.
Oh, my God. You know, this is I'm glad this happened today. It's a perfect example why. Because a lot of people ask us, a lot of journalists ask us, a lot of listeners, why you guys don't have more famous people on the show. That's why. That's why. They all have major attitudes, and they got an agenda. Well, yeah, they could come on your show, but they will only talk about a stupid golf tournament.
And nobody was being a dick to him. Like, you weren't saying anything like messed up about Pam Anderson.
I just wanted to talk about Pam, and I saw her on Larry King, and I wanted to comment on the hepatitis thing. I gotta go. Obviously, you're not going to rescue children, are you? Well, he was being a dick. He was just a dick. That's not cool, rocker. Hey, here's my crib. Hey, here's where my dogs hang out. Yeah, my dog. That wasn't cool, rocker. That was uptight asswipe that doesn't want to talk about anything that anyone wants to hear about. He wants to plug stuff and get off. Well, it don't work that way on this show. It does not work that way. Give and take, it's called.
We used to play that game, and we gave our listeners horrible radio.
Horrible effing radio. Nothing more.
Hey, why are we bringing up the P word?
No more. Oh, God, disgusts me. Another rock hero gone. Gone.
Is it?
Ugh. That's why. You know something? I'd rather have cool guys on the way up on this program. We got, like when Andrew WK sits in, he'll talk about anything. You know something? Has the guy sold as many albums as Motley Crue has? No. He's on his way up. He's a cool, regular guy. Tommy Lee, been through the mill, been at the top of the friggin' rock heap, back down on the downside of the slide, and you'd think he'd have something to talk about. There's only been books written about their sex lives and the debauchery that the crew's been through. It's known, Tommy. You went out with Pam. You were married to the woman. You had kids with her. What is it, a secret?
That's all in the book.
All of a sudden we can't talk about Pam Anderson?
These celebrities are delusional.
They are effing delusional.
Why do you think you're coming on a nationally syndicated radio show to talk about a stupid golf tournament? There are golf tournaments every day, these celebrity golf tournaments.
And if he would have talked with us, we'd have plugged it like we gave a flying F to. We would have given it a good plug. It would have sounded sincere.
Boy, what a surprise we bring up Pam when she was on Larry King last night. It wasn't like it happened 2 months ago.
She was blaming you for the hep. I'd like to go to the horse's mouth and hear the answer, but instead we got the horse's ass. Tommy Lee.
Wow, Tommy, you're real brave. Oh,
what a rocker.
When he said I'm out of here, I thought...
Woo! What a rocker!
I thought he was...
Suck it!
I thought he was kidding when he said I'm out of here. I thought he was kidding.
So did I. Thought he was kidding. Oh, yeah, Vince and Nikki much cooler when they hung out. They were talking. They were talking about the past and their sex lives and everything.
They talked for like 2.5 hours. We asked, they answered every single question we threw at them. Every single one. Talked about Nikki getting thrown into a dumpster because they thought he was dead after he OD'd. He told the whole story.
Yeah.
I think it was in Japan or something. He OD'd. Yeah. And the people that were doing the drugs with him were like, holy S, we just killed a rock star. We got to get rid of him. Threw him in a dumpster.
All the sex stories.
And all of a sudden he woke up.
You got to mention the tape, though. You have to. It's a very famous porno.
The tape is famous. He might be tired of talking about it, but you know something? People still want to hear from him about it. It's part of, doing what you do, Tommy. It's part of getting your plugs out. You got to give a little something first. I'm not going to sit here. We're not going to sit here and kiss your ass.
Wow, Dave is delusional. Line 7. I disagree. What if Ant was on a show and they talked about his wife?
I talk about it all the time, you idiot.
Right here on this radio show.
And she wasn't on Larry King.
And you know what?
Before.
Right. If you were, all right, let's say, you were lucky enough to be on Larry King, let's say, okay?
Right.
You're going there, you got to think, well, some questions are going to come up that might be a little uncomfortable, right?
Right. If my wife was accusing me of giving her hep,
ex-wife,
I would absolutely talk about it.
And Ant wasn't married to another celebrity who was being interviewed on national television.
Yeah, it's still, and I've talked about it plenty of times on this show.
Going into a situation like that, you're prepared. You know they're going to be asking questions. Every time we sit down to do an interview with one of these magazines or a paper or something, or Bill O'Reilly, we know some of the questions are going to be a little uncomfortable.
I know those Olsen twins questions are coming. I'll answer them.
So you decide, all right, do I want to put myself through this?
I talked about the goddamn $300 engagement ring. I talked about the hell night that was my wedding.
Rick, call him back.
Call him back.
Or the publicist or whatever.
Call him back.
We had a real good discussion about prostitutes.
If I had a chance to clear my name and go, no, that's not true, or I would certainly do it. I mean, I don't understand why somebody would want to do that.
We got more out of Pantera Phil, and he was inebriated.
Yeah.
That guy's a rock star. Phil, get him back on the phone.
I'm so sick.
I need answers now.
I really am sick of these fake rock stars, by the way.
I'm tired of it.
I won't bring up names, but I've seen some things like backstage recently, and they're just fake. They're not like, I'll hand it to Norton, with the dedication to Ozzy and stuff. When you're looking at Ozzy, he's not fake. He's the real deal. There's a lot of bands just putting on the suit, Anthony. Putting on the look.
Yeah. MTV Cribs is over. Hey, here's where I hang with my chicks. He had chicks dancing on the poles. Like, oh wow, look, he's Tommy Lee. The strippers are there. Everything. It's crap. Oh, yeah. Big rock star. Yeah, where are my dogs? Yeah. Stop it.
No tickets and anything.
Whatever.
Want to break something? Tell him about what you just said about the line.
There it is. See if he gets on the line and just bust that trash.
Rick is talking to somebody right now.
Ugh. God, I'm tired of it. See you later. Bye. I gotta go.
Why are we...
the P word.
The P word.
The P word.
She's got a name. Her name's Pam.
You were married to the P word. I think you'd want to maybe address the fact that she was accusing you of giving her the hep. Do you have the hep? Yeah, that phone line just went dark. That ain't happening. Yeah, what's up, Rick?
His manager's going to try and get him to call back.
Oh, sure he is, yeah.
He's going to see.
We'll see that. Tell him not to talk. No one not talking about stuff.
Well, he also said that, Tommy really just wants to talk about the music.
You know something? Fine. After we clear some other stuff out of the way, he can talk about what he's doing. It's give and take. No one wants to hear about Tommy Lee's music.
Being in the public eye, it's a price you pay. I mean, I know it's annoying to have your personal life, but you know what? When you're making millions of dollars and your personal life is a part of that, well, you got to talk about it.
You know something else? If I sat down and Tommy Lee was somewhere and I got to speak with him, I would not bring up things like this.
Right.
It's, but this is a program that people listen to based on if they're going to hear interesting banter. Tommy talking about his latest album and who's on it and what he's doing.
Yeah, what could he possibly say to make people go out and buy it?
That's the give me that we give him after he gives us something. It's a give and take.
And you get on the radio and you talk honestly and stuff, you might turn some people around and go, hey, that Tommy Lee, he's an interesting guy. And he's got a new CD out. I'm going to check it out. What the hell?
Now he looks like a jackass.
And you look at Ozzy, and I'm not even being a nut with this, talks about, seriously, talks about the time he tried to strangle his wife. Or the things
he's very open. Yeah,
real
absolutely.
Open about all the good stuff and the awful stuff. Not just
real rock star. Yeah, hey, I'm in here in my lounge. Look at my lounge, man, where my dogs hang out. All my dogs. I got a Starbucks right here in my house. Anytime any of my dogs over and I need the Starbucks, woo, real cool rock star. The P word, and he hangs up.
Where was the Starbucks the day of the party? Might have kept a few people awake.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe the machine was getting clean that day. I don't know.
Well, that's it. I don't care if he called back.
It's called Never a Dull Moment.
Done.
And in parentheses, unless you're on the radio.
P equals pussy, Tommy Lee. Pussy. Pussy. Your ex was on Larry King.
Yeah.
A show that the entire world was watching.
What a big
accusing you of some serious things.
And he's a jackass, too.
And this isn't a small radio show anymore.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't have started yelling like that if I thought it was. Oh, I better be quiet.
You had an opportunity to comment. It happened last night.
Yeah.
Not even 24 hours ago.
Sorry, you're going to be saddled with her in radio conversations and TV for a while.
Yes, Rick?
It's the nature of the beast.
Do you want to maybe talk to his manager?
I don't want to talk
real quick.
The
phone thing?
Who can? No.
All right.
I'd rather, if he wants to pop on and address why he's very uptight and can't take some questions about his ex-wife. Who is Pam Anderson? Stop it.
We've played the game way too long.
Yeah.
We've had publicists F with this program. We've had people walk off, and it's just not happening anymore. We didn't even get any tough questions out.
I didn't say anything. Anything. Stop it. Whoa. God, that bugs me because, you just think Tommy Lee.
Yeah, he'd be cool about it. Nobody was being a dick to him.
Yeah, and I could tell right off the bat. We're like, all right, boy, he's got total lack of any energy. He's really not adding to the hooker. Because we were talking about the hooker thing. It's like, yeah, all right, Tommy, you've been to some. Maybe he's got a story, maybe something. Yeah, nothing. So I figure I'm changing directions here. Let's go for something he does have comments on or stories on. We'll talk about the videotape a little. And Pam. Go. Shut up.
I was complimenting him. That was entertainment.
I know.
For our Thanksgiving. Huh?
I saw him. His career has just gone downhill. I saw him at Irving Plaza with his last group, Methods of Mayhem or whatever it was. It was about 200 people in there.
Yeah.
And they were giving away tickets. We were giving. You couldn't give away the tickets. I think I went with Earl. There was no one there.
He's no Dave Grohl as far as drummers go after bands. That's for sure.
And his new album, it's really setting the charts on fire.
Jesus, what an ass. Oh, that bugs me. Hate that.
Well, the hotline's ringing.
P-word.
Go find out what that's all about before we take a break. They hung up again. Yeah, who was that? Is Rick coming back in? Who was that?
That was a personal call for Garrett.
From Tommy Lee?
I'll only talk to Garrett.
Don't talk about the G word, Garrett.
Yeah.
Motley Crue, can't believe it, hung up Tommy Lee. Tainted blood. Hepatitis, doesn't want to talk about it.
P-word. P-word.
Sounded like the biggest pussy by saying that, too. Oh, the P-word.
The P-word. Well, she's talking about you, Pally.
I could see if you were saying that the P-word likes to F the N-word.
Well,
God.
We'll step aside, Amp.
All right.
No surprise there.
No.
This young lady's flashing her privates.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday with Opie and Anthony.
A bunch of girls flashing their boobs, which is cool.
Wow! 107. The Opie and Anthony Show. WNEW.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Here's a little something from the latest FHM magazine. A little interview with Pam Anderson, Anthony.
Yeah.
Are you okay with talking about the hepatitis? Well, he put it out in the press. He leaked it to the press to make me look like... And then she didn't finish the sentence. He gave it to me, and he knows he gave it to me. When we were married in Cancun, we came back, and we both had physicals. We had AIDS tests, and he had hepatitis C. Our doctor told him to disclose that to me, and so Tommy said he would. Then he told the doctor that he did tell me. He never told me. Then we went on vacation and shared a needle for a tattoo. The guy said, I guess the guy giving the tattoo, I only brought one needle, but you guys are married. Nothing could pass between you, right? And Tommy goes, no problem at all. I went to the doctor. I had hepatitis C. My doctor goes, okay, then, all right, so they got the tattoo. See, this doesn't really make sense.
Yes, it does, because the quotes end.
Okay. All right, so they share the needle, and Tommy goes, yeah, no problem at all here. We could share this needle. Pam says, I went to the doctor. I had hepatitis C. My doctor goes, well, you know where you got it. And I went, no. And the doctor says, you got it from your husband. And I was like, what? And the doctor said, Tommy didn't tell you that he had hepatitis C?
There you go. Just wanted, when she's saying this in interviews, perhaps I'd like to hear his side of it. And then maybe get to his fantastic album and golf
thing, and tour and stuff.
Yeah. How are the tickets going down at the World over there in Times Square? Yeah, I bet. Nothing, right?
He made his decision. He could have done a lot of good promoting today. Ronnie, what's up?
What happened?
Yeah, man. Oh, Tommy Lee blows, man. What a tool.
All right, well, let's move on to other things.
Anyway, okay, yeah. I've been on hold a while. I was calling to tell you guys the easiest, the best foolproof method getting rid of a chick, man, in the morning. What you have to do is, like, say it's like 4:35 and you're done and you say she's dozing off or whatever, you just kind of reach over nice and quiet and set your alarm for like 4:35. That way it goes off in like 2 minutes, you know, and then when it starts making all the racket, she wakes up. You just don't budge. You wait for her to wake you up and say, she's like, oh, your alarm. You're like, oh, I'm running late. I got to go to work. And then she's got no argument. She's got to leave.
Wow.
Right?
You've thought this out, my friend.
It works. It's foolproof. What argument does she have? It's like, I got to go to work, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It works every time.
But then then you got to get up and leave the house.
No. She's, you just shove her out.
Yeah, I got to go take a shower. Well, I had a good time. I'll see you later.
You know what else works? You lean over.
Jump back in bed and
right. And then
2 more hours.
Piece of cake, done deal.
Dude, you lean over and you whisper to her, if you fall asleep here, I'll kill you.
And mean it.
Well, that's a method that's guaranteed, man.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You guys suck.
Bye. Enough. Let's go to Luke. Hey, Luke, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Listen, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your show. I'm not trying to break your stacks or anything. Do you think you're being a little hard on Tommy, though? I mean,
why?
The guy's going, he's going through something. His ex-wife's accusing him of giving her FC. Maybe he's just trying to be above it and just not comment on it.
Hey, Luke, you're missing the point. Then don't do an interview.
Right. Then stop with the interviews.
Then don't do a nationally syndicated show. You know what? Every interviewer out there that has the balls will ask him. Mm-hmm. No one cares about the album and the tour. The biggest thing they care about is all these accusations that Pam's making in FHM magazine, on Larry King last night. That's what they want to know.
It's not like you guys are paparazzi and you chased him down. He came here and said, look, I want to plug this.
He called us.
He's plugging his album.
He came right to our stoop. Of course we're going to ask.
I mean,
it's our job to ask.
I agree with you guys in a way. Like, I know you guys...
And you know what? And the listeners expect it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Tommy Lee's on our show, and we're gonna make believe we care about his album. I haven't even checked it out.
I don't think many people have checked it out, to be honest with you.
But I would have given him the benefit of the doubt and listened to what he had to say about it. But there's other things we need to get accomplised too.
Yeah, I know. But I kind of feel bad for him. I think he's just trying to be...
And don't call a high-profile radio show.
You know what? You guys are right.
Maybe some little rock station in Des Moines, Iowa doesn't have the balls to, ask some questions.
Because when you're with Pam Anderson, you're going to get the recognition, like, wow, you were Pam Anderson. And he never said, no, I don't want to talk about that. It's like, it's always cool to be with Pam Anderson when you're married to her. Well, when things go wrong, you still got to talk about it like you did when you were married.
All right, Luke.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, sweetie.
What happened to our rock stars?
I don't know.
I'm so delusioned. There's no real rock stars out there anymore.
Yeah, there's a few, but
not really. They're not living the real rock star lifestyle. I'm talking about the
Phil from Pantera.
I'm talking about not a lot, but in general,
that guy is living the rock star lifestyle for 20 people.
You think Creed is living the rock star lifestyle?
No.
You mean up and coming?
That's what I'm saying. The new guys.
Jagger lived the rock star
and someone like Phil has been around for a very long time. I'm talking about the guys that have come along in the last, let's say, 5 years.
Yeah.
AIDS is a big one, though. Don't forget, man. A lot of people just can't go out and bang like they used to.
No, I'm not even talking about AIDS and stuff. I'm talking about how they surround themselves with people that tell them, well, it wouldn't be good to do this or say this on the radio. Let's just focus on this. They listen to the people around them instead of just letting it hang out like the old days. Phil from Pantera. He didn't have any publicists around or anything. He said some crazy stuff. Yeah, it would have given publicists nightmares.
When the publicists are there standing around, waving their hands.
Protecting their, quote, rock star image.
Doing that finger to the throat thing like, cut, this is enough, we're done.
We're done here.
Ugh. Go away. Tommy Lee. Oh, man. What a big downer You know, you remember him as being the rock star from Motley Crue, and he's banging the models and stuff. And then he turns out to be just another ass.
Hey, Tommy, you want to jumpstart your career? Start talking. Start talking.
So does it.
Guess what? Your name will be in the papers again.
Who cares about your dogs?
You know what? That'll lead to album sales. It's a known formula that works.
Look at Brian.
Every time there's controversy, your album starts selling.
Brian's a douchebag. You guys are fags. What's the difference between Jason Newsted and Tommy Lee? Tommy was on the phone. Newsted is a bigger dick, and you fags nearly gave him oral, is what they're saying. We had a great conversation with Jason about the Napster thing. There were disagreements. We were carrying on a conversation.
And he didn't
with
shy
Jason.
away from it. Don't mention that, dude.
Right.
He
It
talked
wasn't
about
don't mention. Did you listen, Brian from Jersey, you dick?
We talked about the whole Metallica situation with the guy.
BRYJ32 at AOL.com. Did you listen, douchebag?
And nobody tried to paint Jason into a corner. Let him say what he wanted about Metallica. Okay. Nobody was telling Tommy Lee, you got to talk like this. What do you mean? That's a lie. He wouldn't even discuss it.
That was a very open, great little conversation we had with Jason. He didn't leave the studio after a minute because of the conversation.
That was the real problem. We didn't have the balls to say, okay, we're done with you. Get the hell out of here. We all looked at each other.
The second segment was like, all right, Jason. But he had given us good enough radio that you then say, all right, we throw him a bone. We plug the gigs, we plug the albums.
Yeah, look what we do now.
And do stuff like that. One hand washes the other, Brian, you dick.
And then the famous, we hear him, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
Manny.
Hello?
What's up, Manny?
Chilling. What's the deal, guys?
Hey, man.
What's up?
Are you going to say something on the radio?
I just what I learned today is Tommy Lee has a 14-inch mule, but no balls.
All right, you came back. You came back with that. Very funny.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. We were supposed to throw more girls out of the WOW contest.
Yeah.
Can we still do that? Do we have time?
I don't know. I'm just really annoyed this whole Tommy thing. He should have relaxed and maybe had like a Coke or a Hepsi.
Oh, a Hepsi.
I knew that stunk. I just had to do it.
Awful. You should call Scott Shannon with that one.
I know.
That's a Scott Shannon.
Yeah.
That's like an Elvis Duran joke. Trust me.
Someone's writing something about Creed in a Rolling Stone article. They talked about Creed drinking wheatgrass and riding exercise bikes backstage. That's what they do. They drink wheatgrass and ride exercise bikes.
Wheatgrass is actually very tasty.
You know how many guys backstage at Ozfest were eating veggie burgers? And...
Oh, yeah. Not Phil from Pantera.
No.
Yeah, I want to drink the green beers. Get me a green beer and
more
cigarettes. And
methadone.
I need
wink,
methadone.
nudge.
Shut up.
Shut up.
He was great.
How old are you? Shut up.
What?
Yeah, what? 15 years old, I burnt my parents' house down. I don't want to get into it. I plead the fifth. He's a rock star.
You're not scared of death?
No, not at all. It's so overrated, you know. I've died a bunch of times.
He's deaf.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy. What's up, man?
Hey, why you guys call me a dick, dude? What's up?
Because you called up like we want to talk to you about a little bit of everything, and you hung up.
You know what? You hold on. You were told not to. You were told not to bring up the P word. What do you do?
No one told
Tommy,
us
no
anything.
one tells us what to do, first of all. And you were the big... No one tells us what to do. No one told us not to bring up Pam's name. We would never agree to that, okay?
Yes,
you were the big pussy for hanging up after we asked about it instead of trying to talk your way out of it.
You guys did agree to it.
We did. Oh. Nope, we would never agree to that. Sorry.
That's kind of a big story that we wanted to hear about.
What? Dude, you know what, guys? What year are you guys living in? It's like... Dude, turn the page, guys. I've been divorced for 3 years.
Turn the page. Turn the page. It was big news last night when she was on Larry King accusing you of this. Don't you think it's a current story if Pam is on Larry King saying pretty much that you gave her Hep C?
What was big news, guys? What was big news?
Big news that she's on Larry King accusing you of giving her a Hep C.
Dude, you know how many months ago she accused me of that?
It doesn't matter. It happened last night on Larry King. Of course we're going to bring it up.
She talked about it last night.
Hey, you know what? She talked about it in some other stupid magazines as well. Who cares?
Yeah, but this is the first time we're talking to you, so we'd maybe talk to you about it.
Maybe get your side of the story. You've never really given your side of the story, right?
You know why? Because it's nobody's business.
Well, she's made it everyone's business.
Of course she is. She's an idiot.
Well, I would just love to hear your side of it. That's all.
If an ex is accusing me of some crazy things, you know what? I'm going on the biggest program I can find and calling her a liar, a C, a twat, every name I could figure out.
Guys, I don't do that. That's not my style, okay? I don't do that crap. That's why I just hung up the phone. I was like, you know what? I gotta go. Yeah, but it's not my style, guys. It may be your style, but it ain't mine.
But you look like a pussy just hanging up. We were totally confused. You didn't even say the first time you're on the phone, hey guys, I thought we agreed to this. You know what? I'm telling you, man to man, that it never got to us that we couldn't talk about Pam because you know what? We wouldn't have agreed to this interview.
You call me a pussy, I'm hanging up.
Pussy. Jesus. Wow, we need Tommy Lee to make a good radio show.
If you say that, I'll take my ball and not play.
I know, man, you know. Hey, you don't want to talk about it. Never agreed to it. You don't want to talk about it. Rick, did somebody tell you?
Maybe Ben the producer.
Ben the producer. Well, page 6 did say Ben is the producer of this program.
When I talked to their guy, they just asked, well, you know, just try not to dwell on it. It'll probably come up. And I'm like, yeah, it'll probably come up. But he goes, as long as you talk about the music and the tour and he's doing this golf thing.
You know something?
I'm like, yeah, we got all that on the paper right there.
I'm very open-minded. Let me tell you something. If we started talking about it and he just told us what he told us there, look, this is what she's saying. I don't like going in that direction. To me, it's old news. I'd rather just not really get into it. It would have been like, all right, that's pretty much his side of it. If he doesn't want to dwell on it, and us being us, we might poke at it a little more and make a goof about it. I'm sure Jim will say some tasteless thing into the mic about it. But you know something? He didn't. He just hung up, and it was like, what's he doing?
You call me a pussy, I'm hanging up. Oh, boy, Tommy, we really need you for our radio show.
Right, and last week when I talked to the guy about it, the Pam Anderson, Larry King thing didn't even happen. So who knew it would be one of the things that's on everybody's mind today.
Glub, glub.
Jersey Bob here says if I type in pussy, he'll disconnect from the internet. Wait a minute. There you go, Jersey Bob.
You were told. You were told.
Told?
Tommy, maybe you should do your research on Ant and I. No one tells us what to do.
I don't like being told things. Believe me, we've been told enough.
You see the hesitation? He's like, oh, my God, he called me a pussy. Now I got to hang up. Yeah, no one else saw that. All of a sudden he goes, you call me a pussy, I'm hanging up. Pussy. And all of a sudden I'm just looking, and you know he was confused, like, oh, ass.
Now I
called him out on it.
You should have told him I will not have an ultimatum put to me.
Who's that delayed?
Oh, brother.
Oh, wow, now I got to hang up, and I really need to promote this new CD. Now what do I do? Well, I guess I got to hang up.
He's living in a bubble. You know what I mean? He says, what year are you living in? That was 3 years ago. No, it's still, like Ope said, when you see her on Larry King the night before talking about it, you would think, all right, for our side alone, just for this radio, it would be interesting to hear his rebuttal.
Of course.
On the whole thing. So we're obligated to ask.
Even if his rebuttal is, I don't want to talk about it, that's not how I do things, that's fine.
That's fine. Then we get into other things.
He's talking like this Larry King interview happened 6 months ago.
Yeah, we talk about the Motley Crue days.
You were told.
Plenty of other things to talk about.
You were told. Go F yourself. Told. E, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Ope?
Hey.
Ope, I want to congratulate you on your new balls.
Why my new ones?
I don't know, man. And I'm a little disappointed in you, man.
What?
And when he hung up the first time, you were digging into him, man. Then he called back. The guy should have fired right at him, man.
Dude, listen to me on
First
this.
of all, it's the Opie and Anthony show, and I went.
You're
that's
right.
all
You're right.
that is.
No, that's
if
good,
I didn't
that's
go,
good.
I guarantee my pal here, Ant, was going.
You know what
it
makes
was just
good
I beat
radio?
him to the punch because we were both to the point we had it.
Hey, you know what makes good radio? Two people not yelling over each other,
Yeah,
especially
you're right,
when a third is on the phone. What we identify and know what to do, when one person's speaking, the other person has to back off because you don't want to hear this. Go ahead, Ope. Just say anything. Hey, Tommy, what the hell is it? You know something? You don't want to talk about anything. It's like
August 10th.
doesn't sound good.
Hey.
No one cares about it.
Goddamn Norton, man. All righty, thanks.
All right,
You were told.
You were told not to call this program with those words.
He could have even said pending litigation.
Yeah.
Perhaps that would have, okay.
And use that one.
Pending litigation.
It worked well for you when I was trying to... Because I had a job to do when you were going through your mess. I was prying you to see how far I could get you.
And on the air, I would say, because it's true, it was, pending litigation. Perhaps there's some kind of lawsuits being filed that he can't talk about. I don't know, unless he tells us. What do we know? We're going to talk about it. The guy doesn't understand that after Motley Crue, the biggest thing he's known for is a porno movie with his ex-wife, Pamela. That's the biggest goddamn thing.
Hey, here's some excitement. Tommy Lee, Never a Dull Moment, the name of the new CD.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh,
The Opie and Anthony Show.
What do you do here?
Look at breasts. If I wasn't on this show, I'd be out there with a wow sticker just trolling for breasts.
The Opie and Anthony Show. 102.7 WNEW.
I believe it's time to play What Do We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show today. We got to kick off More Girls Tomorrow from the WOW contest.
Yeah, we didn't get to that.
We didn't get to the breast implant round, Anthony.
Good, I got to study a little more. I'm glad we put that off.
Maybe you and me get together later. We look at pictures. Yeah, we'll look at pictures.
Yeah, we got to take it seriously, okay? We accomplished a lot today, though.
Yeah.
I can finally throw that Details magazine away. All right. We didn't do the Reverend Al. We didn't do the CIA thing.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. Save it for tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow. Dave, what did you learn today?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. I learned that with Norton's Visa card, eating a girl's A really isn't priceless. It costs $350.
Very nice.
And Tommy Lee should have used his mule as a life rod for that kid in the pool. Love you, honey bears.
Bye, Angel.
Honey bears.
Andrew.
Actually, I didn't learn this. I knew it already, but Norton's an expert at whorehouses.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
See you.
All right,
That's
bye.
great.
Let's go to Greg. Hey, Greg, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
What up?
I learned if you call Tommy a pussy, he'll hang up on you. And I also learned that if Tommy's on another morning show, he'll talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Well, that's fine. That's his prerogative, I guess.
Hey, and also, you guys are awesome.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
You know, he was sitting there with the phone going,
What can I...
oh, my God, he called me pussy. Now, I guess I got to hang up now.
What do I do?
What do I do?
He probably thought he was going to bully you two into talking to what he wanted to talk about. No.
Thinking we need him.
You can't be bullied.
Peter, what's up?
Hey, today I learned when the children reach the throbbing vein, they should go back to the shallow end.
Very good. Chris, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, today I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee did not hang up to go save any children.
Oh, wow.
Tommy took his ball and went home. The hoteliers are watching you, and finally, buckling up is cool, kids.
Thank you, Chris.
My public service statement of the day.
Al from New Orleans. Today I learned that contestant 128 had more balls than Tommy Lee.
Ooh. That hurt.
Let's see. Let's go to Rob. Hey, Rob. What's up, Rob?
Hey. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Rob.
What do you got?
I learned that Tommy Lee hung up on both P words today.
He sure did.
Yep.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
James from Boston. I guess he's judging this from certain videotapes he's seen of Tommy. He goes, even famous rock stars like Tommy are what they eat.
Nice.
Very good.
Going.
Jerry from Edison. Today I learned the more we do, the less you do. You also learned the words Voss and cute should not be used in the same sentence.
Oh, how to remind me.
And this is what I learned, too. 2 + 2 = diarrhea. And
Diarrhea.
And new material for Voss. Are we playing that tape tomorrow?
No.
Yes, we are.
No, the audio's no good.
No, it's great. I was listening earlier.
Diarrhea?
We got Patrice.
My mommy said you made a number 2. I didn't know what it was. Number 2, what does that mean? The teacher goes, what's 2 + 2? I said, diarrhea?
Eagerly smiling. Please love me, crowd. Please love me.
So the teacher says, hey, little Jimmy.
Dude, you think I would do that type of nonsense August 10th at the Count Basie Theater? Forget about it.
This is a tape of Jim Norton from almost 10 years ago.
Oh, it's awful.
We'll be playing it on our show tomorrow, and Rich Voss, Patrice, and Keith Robinson will be critiquing it tomorrow live on our show.
Enjoy it.
I don't even think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight.
It was actually taped in Jersey, too, about 10 years ago at Rascals.
10 years ago.
Sheep Lover from Jersey. I learned today, brush 3 times a day with a soft bristle toothbrush. And Vodek from Cleveland. I learned today Tommy Lee may have a large mule. May have a larger... I have to clean this up for the radio. Tommy Lee may have a larger unit than Anthony, but Anthony has bigger balls by admitting he had a 3-way on
there you go.
The show. All right, we're out of here.
All right, man.
Punch out?
Oh, Ben's the producer. You better listen to him. That's what page 6 says.
Fancy parties and whatnot.
Ben the socialite.
Society parties.
Tomorrow.
All right, Ben. All right.
Shaking that big, delicious mule with everyone. He's going to go produce a show and take a 40-pound dump.
All the day's work. Here, once you hit the button.